Biafrans reject the global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up till now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Natulaje bano mabuli vemelem. Atibe kwa natulane bovo. Imalugo no godo koko do nyano be hule hule. Dani mo natulilu. Naya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali wanso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Mama abulezi okwenu. Na baka la kelwe gonezi enwe. Nubocha kala kelwe gonudezi. Maka na baba neno waralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Nanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe. Ono nenu lila tono na ndagulugu senyi tono nugu banataye. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makana juko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe. Naka ni kwata milake kwa waja sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano. Umu Biafra kuyenwe. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makano fobi abakama. Nana nugo noe. Umu Biafra na bekele umunina. Nkabo nkanyi. Wadati na ijele wanyi bekele mi. Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. God in a water cheers a moon or be born ye. Where's the can argue? I don't know what you quote. Ikemba one of Biafra land among them. The one I call dike. My phone be more to the devil, baby, they beat him among them. I was a good word in my libonine. The word in my love Biafra, to make what you cool. Papa gisi kana logi Philipo F-Young. Abose kwa mwake kuloku wekusi okusi na Biafra yekunye. na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wenata na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekurigo n'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na na-ele ele ọgbaghị isi ekene kenelu gị onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ị nọ Amadike Biafra bịa n'ụlọ
she has no jurisdiction to crime. None whatsoever. I came out of
ọgbaghị Igbo ofe onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ ahụ n'isi
accused from my case and cannot try my case.
Amadike
There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not
Amadike
know.
bụ mmanwụ ndị
It is
iro
my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you.
emekele gị
Today, because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I
n'isi
sent a
ekele
petition to
kenelu gị
NJC
Biafra COS DPMDrNgoziOrabueze bịa keneli o
is using
abụzikwa
her
oke nwaanyị gị
position
ka
for
bụ na
personal
akpọ
gain.
n'ama
For personal gain.
ada Biafra n'ite ọtọ
Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges.
ezi nne m obi ụmụ ya bịa ngwa ngwa
They told them. They
nwoke
told
dị
them
na nwaanyị bịa n'ụlọ
that if
unu
they convict me, this is what is this is what happens.
isi ike n'ụmụ Biafra kwụ gị n'azụ
Nobody wants to do
maka na akwụdola eze ochie n'elu ụwa ịmalụgo elu
That's the problem.
na gidigidi bụ ugwu eze ọma bụrụ eziokwu
They sent her to my case.
ọkwa gị si ike kenelu gị ndị Biafra gọọmenti niile ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ unu mwe ọnụ wee kene unu jisinụ ike na Chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ume maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụgo enu eyi jisienụ ike ekene kenelu m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu ndị ejezọ Biafra land bịa kenenu eyi the great oracles of Biafra na nanụ unu nwe ọnụ wee kene unu n'ama na unu jisi ike n'ọrụ na Chukwu ya gba unu ume ụmụ Chukwu ụmụ Chukwu enu asị ekene kenelu ya the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Eba abụzikwa ọbata obi otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ anụ nganga mpi ote mgbe wili m na amị mmiri na-arị ugwu bịa kudu akọ mmiri na-akwa n'onu mmụọ na-abụ abụ bịa keneli ọdọgịrị dị m ose fụrụ ndị ilo bịa n'ụlọ n'uwe makwale n'aka ose adị mma n'anya mgbe eji mụ agụ ka onye ilo si n'ọdịrọ nkasị onye ilo ya tinye isi onye ilo wee walọsọ abụzikwa nwe ọbata obi ihe ọgada gidi dike bịa n'ụlọ mgbe eji ekwela n'ihe onyinye Chukwu nyere ndị Biafra na n'ụlọ n'ụlọ m ekele gị asị m na ya dịrị ndị Biafra niile na mma asị na ya dịrị unu niile na mma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ nwa elu wutere anyị wee rie nne ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdonu na ndụdonu n'ọnwụ maka na mgbe na-abọ ka ekwe na-agbọ dike ọgbọ ya na ndụ ọgbọ ya n'ọnwụ n'obi ife onye edobeli na-edere n'ụwa ma abụla ife emele eme a good legacy will last forever ma abụla ife emele eme and the remembrance of my blessing.
Language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ana ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka i wee tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka i wee mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne, ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpụ isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Okike Abia Mapụrụ Ihe Niile, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Biafra must be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because there will be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to wear Obada. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Negotiated Restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said, no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
Biafrans we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
The Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone. Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program, wherever you are joining us from, whether you are connecting on Facebook, or you are connecting on TikTok, or you are watching with us on David Hubbard channel on YouTube, where we are hosting the program. I appreciate you and I welcome you to this very program. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and share as you join. As you join the program, like and share. Very, very important. You have to like and share, because the radical evangelism that we have to embark on, you are part of it. Everyone that is watching this program, you are part of the radical evangelism to send message out there to the world and to Biafran people on their rights and the freedom of the people. If you look at our platform, you can see that the attack has increased. The attack against our platform have increased. The social media networks have been bought over, and they are making sure that our voice is not heard. They try as much as possible to cover our platforms, that you will have thousands of subscribers, and yet you come on live program, you will be finding it difficult to see up to 10 people watching. It is not normal. It is not ordinary. We know where the attack is coming from. But no matter what they do, we will continue to speak. They cannot discourage us. And I have said this several times, that even if I come online and nobody is watching, I am still going to preach this message that I have to preach and leave. Because it is not, I'm not doing it for someone else, I'm doing it for myself. It's a matter of life and death. And my life depends on this very message. If we must succeed and have a life, we must seek for Biafra. So I urge every Biafran, well-wishers of Biafran, lovers of freedom across the world, once you come across our message, please like the program and share it in all the platforms where you belong. Share it in all the platforms. It is so sad, the attack we are getting. And some of our Biafrans are not having matters. You do not like to share programs that have to educate you and also show the world what is going on in Biafra land, but you prefer to share gossips, propaganda, and blackmail. That is what you prefer to share. I have my own personal platform where I have hundreds of people there. And when I share this program here, it is unbelievable that even from that platform, nobody comes here to watch. They wouldn't come. But these are the same people that will be very quick to come and ask you questions privately, ask your necessary questions, even when the questions have been answered on several occasions. They will still come and repeat. Then you give them access to be able to partake and join on this program, come out and help and educate people and ask your questions. They will not pay attention, they will not share, and they will not come. But these same people who will not pay attention to the information that we are passing are the people that will go and hug propagandas and blackmail. They are the greatest noisemakers online. When you see them online, they'll be making noise as if they know what they say. Meanwhile, they have no information. It is so sad. And this is more especially for Biafrans. There are so many Biafrans who are ignorant of what is going on. And they are not doing anything to improve their ignorance. They will not attend or join a program where they will be educated, where real information will be passed. Instead, you go to their platform, they are sharing gossip, they are sharing saga, they are sharing jokes. That is what they do. Many Biafrans, you go to their platform, you will not see anything that has to do with Biafran people or the atrocities that Nigeria is committing in Biafra land. Even if you choose not to speak about Biafra because of your personal reason, or you don't want to post Biafra issue, why don't you post the atrocities of the government in Nigeria on your platform? What is holding you from doing that? What is holding you? It is just a question of time. It will get to you. You can see today some people are crying in Benue State. People are crying in the north. People are crying in Biafra land. And simply because you are not directly affected, you do not care. You don't give a damn. You don't care. You think it's normal. For you, it is normal. But it is not. It's not. And the earlier you begin to do what you are supposed to do, the better for you. Join on this evangelism to push this message across. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, people of the world that are watching, wherever you are watching this program from, for the sake of those who are joining us for the very first time, or those who will come across our video for the very first time, this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. That is where we stand. In this very platform where you are watching this program, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not attack people or individuals. We are not here for saga, not here for propaganda or blackmail. We are not here to speak against any race or religion. What we do in this platform strictly is to speak up for those who want freedom, more especially the Biafran people. What we do in this platform is to support humanity. What we do in this platform is to promote freedom for all. It does not matter your orientation. It does not matter your religion. It does not matter your location. What we are asking for is live and let live. In this platform, we present the situation in Biafra land before the whole world. the truth and nothing but the truth. The exact situation. And we'll tell the story of Biafrans because we have lived it. Only he that wears the shoe knows where it pinches him or her. That is why we stand a better chance of telling the story of the Biafran people. The Biafran people are the people in the old southeastern region, which is today the present south-south, southeast and lower Benue, which has finally been redeclared on the 29th of November 2024 to be the United States of Biafra, a sovereign state of its own. Even though Nigerian government have continued to occupy the space, occupy their land illegally, and nobody is talking. The whole world is silent, and they pretend it's not happening. Nigeria has been able to bribe their way up to the United Nations, and today there is collective silence, global conspiracy against the Biafran people. The human rights abuse in Biafra land and in Nigeria as a whole is not talked about because the terrorist government of Nigeria have bribed its way. The war that Nigerian government is waging in Biafran territory, which they announced on national TV, is still ongoing and nobody is saying anything about it. That is why we took it upon ourselves to come and speak. We are here to encourage Biafrans, tell the real story of what is going on in Biafra land and in Nigeria as a whole. Why we are here is to present our case, because only with Biafran people, if you are not a Biafran, you won't know what a Biafran is going through. You might be a Nigerian, yet you will not know what the Biafran people are going through. Only the Biafrans themselves can tell their story, the exact situation and how they feel. Don't come here and tell me you know how we feel, you know what the Biafrans are going through. You know nothing if you are not a Biafran. It is the Biafrans that are living it. And we are the ones that will tell the true story. That is what we are doing in this platform. Every blessed day we come here and we speak to the world on the situation of Biafra. It is an interactive section. And in our program, we allow everybody to join us, whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran. No matter what your orientation might be, your race, your religion, it doesn't matter to us. It is about humanity, to save humanity. So, as long as you are human, you can join us on this platform, air your opinion, ask your question. If there is something you are confused about, if you have a superior argument, bring it on. You are welcome. The only thing we ask is that when you come online here, please conduct yourself and appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you on your program when you are naked or you are wearing your singlet. No, we will not admit you in the program because we are representing the government of Biafra. And we cannot be building another zoological republic, just like they have there in Nigeria. What we ask is that when you join on this program, try as much as possible to appear in a decent manner and be civil in your questions, your contributions, your arguments. Try as much as possible to be civil. It doesn't matter how angry you are. It doesn't matter how dissatisfied you are. It doesn't matter what your opinion might be. Keep it civil so that the whole world will understand you and the Biafrans can equally digest what you have to say and give you a reasonable and responsible answer. And I bet you, if you conduct yourself, you'll get all the answers you need in this platform. Because in this platform, members of the cabinet are watching. The Secretary of Information of the Biafran government is observing this channel, Dr. Agi. The Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is also observing this very channel. So, whatever information you pass through this channel, it is going to get to the right source. If it's something to be looked into, it will be looked into as quick as possible. Use this opportunity to express yourself. That is why we are here. That is why each time when we come, we put a link. If you're watching on TikTok or on Facebook, you might not be able to join us live. The only place you can join us live is on YouTube, David Harbour channel. Come to David Harbour channel. On the comment section, you're going to see the link. You click the link and you come in. But if you're watching from TikTok or you're watching from Facebook, you have a question to ask, you can equally write down your question. When you write down your question, I get my eyes on your question, I will definitely respond to you. I appreciate everyone that connected. You are welcome once again. Today is Monday. As you all know, Monday is a special day for us, the Biafran people. Monday is a special day. For many years now, every Monday has been a sacred day for us. Regardless what is being celebrated, regardless what is happening, we know that the Easter celebration is still ongoing, the resurrection. At the same time, while we are celebrating the resurrection of Biafra, we do it in silence in our home to demand the release, the unconditional release of our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So while you are celebrating and enjoying yourself within the Easter, you should know that somebody has put his own life on the line for you to be where you are today. Our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated, kept in solitary confinement now, going to 5 good years. Going to 5 years. And yet, he has not committed any crime. No law court has convicted him. In fact, he has won his case. And some judges have said he must be released unconditionally. Some have asked Nigerian government to pay compensation to him. But instead of obeying their own law, they refuse to obey their law and they continue to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in captivity. 5 years counting. Today is a day that we map out to demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and every political prisoner of Biafra, wherever they may be. We have chosen Monday to demand for their release. Just like our Deputy Prime Minister said in her speech on Saturday, that the abduction of the Biafran people have continued up to this moment as we speak. They continue to abduct Biafrans and hide them out in several prison and detention centers in Nigeria without even letting the Biafrans know, their families and friends know. They never disclose their names. They hide them away from the eyes of the people and they continue to take them away and extract their organs for their own selfish interests. Human organ trafficking is being done in Nigeria, which the government of Nigeria is part of it and aware of it. And they are focusing on the Biafran people. Amnesty International have done a report on the disappearance of Biafrans, increased disappearance of Biafrans that is being perpetrated by the Nigerian forces. So when we say this thing, it's not a made-up story, neither it is a propaganda. All you need to do is to pay attention to what is happening. If you don't follow Nigerian news, you follow it up. If you are from other parts of the world and you want to know, we encourage the investigative journalists to go down to Biafra land and make investigations. So whatever we say in this platform, we ask you to go and verify. It is not a propaganda. These are facts. The organ harvesting in Biafra land today is ongoing. And the government of Nigeria is aware and they are playing a role to support it to the highest level. And this is why we do not want to see any terrorists in uniform in our territory. That is why we have moved out of Nigeria and we are now the United States of America, Biafra, building our nation, seeking for recognition from other nations of the world. These are part of our grievances. You heard the Deputy Prime Minister when she was making her speech on Saturday. What is happening? They are still adopting and kidnapping Biafran people and hide them out. And some of them that Biafrans, we were able to dictate where they are. They take a whole lot of money from the Biafran government to free them. The Biafran government have continued to lose money in the hand of the terrorist government of Nigeria to release innocent people, innocent Biafrans that they are keeping in captivity. So today is a day that we embark in civil disobedience, sit at home to demand the unconditional release of all Biafran political detainees and our supreme leaders in the camp. At the same time, it is a day we showcase to the world that everyone that is serving the zoo in Biafran territory in politics have lost legitimacy. It's a day we tell the world that the Nigerian government has no legitimacy anymore in Biafran territory. A day we delegitimize Nigerian government and legitimize Biafran government fully. A day that the whole Biafrans conduct a self-referendum, continuous self-referendum. And we will continue to do this until our land is free. Today, as we speak, Biafra land is under lock and key. And many Biafrans are following suit and they are obeying. They sit at home. Biafra land is under lockdown as we speak. It does not matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter their propaganda and their blackmail. It does not matter their lies. They can continue to push different agendas, different news and different lies out there. But the truth remains that the Biafran people are speaking every Monday that they are not part of the Zoological Republic anymore. They are not part of the Zoological Republic anymore, and they will never, ever be. It is sad that the world is watching what is going on in the zoo today. The world is watching the atrocities that is going on in the zoo today. The world is watching the propaganda that is going on in the zoo today. The loss of life of the innocent people, Biafrans and non-Biafrans, and yet they kept silent. They do nothing. It is a very sad thing. And Biafrans, we are left with no choice than to rise up and fight for our freedom. And that is what we are doing today. Today is one of those days that Biafrans come together, join their hands together, and they demand for their freedom. It's a day that the Biafrans speak in a loud voice to ask and demand for their freedom. We have been doing it for years, and we will continue to do so until Biafra land is completely saved. I thank Chukwu Abiyama that Biafrans are participating fully, even in the most difficult time, against all odds, against all their propaganda and blackmail. The Biafrans are standing tall, and they continue to participate in the journey to complete their freedom. The declaration that was made in Finland was not for fun. It wasn't for jokes. It was a serious business that was done before the whole world, and they saw it. And those of us who are still alive today, we will continue to uphold that declaration, to hold on to that declaration until our full recognition is gotten. Remember the word of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He said it might take some time before we get recognition, but definitely recognition is going to come. And Mazi Nandekano advised us to be consistent in anything we are doing. We must be consistent. We must be consistent. That is the way to go. Consistency is the key. So wherever you are watching us from, whichever part of the world you are, if you're in Biafra land, if you're out of Biafra land, you must be consistent in your pursuit for freedom. And so good so far. Biafrans have been very, very consistent in the pursuit of their freedom against all odds. Even in the most difficult time, they have stood strong. And I appreciate every single Biafran, wherever you may be. I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will keep us strong until we get to our land fully. Today is Monday, as I said before, and today, a very special day. As you all know, we have two special days in the week, Saturday and Monday. Saturday is a day we come together to raise funds for the Biafran cause. And Monday is a day we show the world that Nigerian government has no legitimacy anymore in Biafran territory. Every Monday is a referendum for the exit of Biafra from Nigeria. And the topic today being Monday says, United States of Biafra, Monday sit at home, the roadmap to freedom and delegitimization of Nigerian government in Biafra land. We must continue to do what we have to do to be free. We know that the powers that be do not want us to be free. We know that the powers that be, there are a lot of forces that do not want Biafrans to be free. They are everywhere, more especially in the West. There are forces in the West that do not want to hear the exit of Biafra. And they will do everything to keep us in captivity. We know that. But I say the time is up. The appointed time for us to be free has come. And no man is going to stop it. It doesn't matter who you are. We do not need approval from anybody this time to have our freedom. We don't need any approval from anybody. All we need to do is to do the right thing, focus on the pursuit of our freedom, and we are going to get it. And I thank Chukwu Abiyama that today, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, is not distracted, even in the midst of all the propaganda, blackmail, the lies that is flying right, left, and center. She is not distracted. She spent her time wisely seeking for recognition for Biafra and looking towards things that need to be done so that it will be done appropriately. And that is why we are preparing on different fronts, making different achievements, organizing summits, going for interviews and sending letters where necessary. And that she will continue to do until we get to the promised land. You know that we are having a very special program that is coming up. And very soon, on that special program that is coming up, every one of us should prepare to be part of it. It's a triple program that we have in advertising, the launching of our office in Washington, D.C., where everything is happening, the Peace Summit, and the inauguration of our office in DC. Let's see the jingle.
On this day, we gather round to honor the heroes, lest they be forgot by Biafra soldiers.
To all Biafrans worldwide, from the Idoma to the Dede, the Igala to the Ogoni, the Ijo to Wanang, Orong to the Ekit, the Ikwere to the Igbo, and all Biafrans, mark your calendar. A historic moment is upon us. On Friday, May 30th, 2025, the United States of Biafra government proudly invites you, all citizens and allies of Biafra, to a 3-in-1 event to mark the Memorial Day of our heroes and heroines at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit and the inauguration of our DC administrative office, a beacon of hope, strength, and unity for all Biafrans.
Government, not the citizen, build up, we stand as one, united, in our land, guided, government making us proud every day, blessed by the people.
Welcome back, my fellow Biafrans. Prepare yourself. If you have not yet gotten your ticket, please prepare and get your ticket to join us in DC. Prepare to get your ticket. 30th is going to be a very memorable day, very special day. It is a triple occasion, Peace Summit, inauguration of our headquarters in DC, where everything is happening, and also the remembrance of our heroes. It's going to be a very wonderful one. So if you have not even gotten your ticket, more especially those who are residing in the United States, you have no excuse to give. And if you do not apply on time for your ticket, you might not be able to get a chance to be there. So try as much as possible to do that as soon as possible. I appreciate you all. My beloved brother Christian, thank you so much for joining. Happy Easter. Good to see you.
Yes, brother Chus, happy Easter, my dear brother.
No.
Yeah, my brother, well done. Yeah, I wanted to come in earlier, but I was following a very impressive, it's like a Easter gift, sort of, the way it seems to me, the level of joy that I feel seeing it. And I guess it's live, therefore, yeah, it must be live program. Therefore, you won't see, but you later, I suppose you will see later. It's from Voice TV Nigeria. They are showing it in America. So there's I think some of the people, maybe about 2 persons in that group is the Igbo American soldiers of Igbo descent in America. And one of my favorite guy, that is Bruce Fane. You know Bruce Fane, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bruce Fane used to be my favorite because he speaks eloquently and he puts the picture very clearly when he talks about Nnamdi Kanu. And even those, I don't know, because again, I'm an outsider, I don't know really what goes on inside, but there was a time that it seems like there is a distrust, wherever it is. But in my heart of hearts, I know that this guy, Bruce Fane, there's this genuineness of love that he has for Nnamdi Kanu. I can guarantee you from his word, the way he has spoken about Nnamdi Kanu and about the Nigerian treatment of Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans, you can't make it up. You just can't make that up. So he has they've just put up this program now, and they are presenting it currently in America, taking it directly to the President of the United States, Donald Trump, that this has to end now. That every time, like it was 2017 or thereabout, this is their word, the way they are presenting it, that Biafrans faces genocide, massacre. When Trump wins election, we rejoice as Biafrans because he's our preferred candidate, which is not, you can't fault anybody for that. And our people get massacred when Trump wins election in the past. And they were just putting things together. So that the level of gladness that I feel is unimaginable this morning. These are the things that we are looking up to, we are expecting to be happening, because like I always say, we thank God for this time frame, for a time like this. And having DPMDrNgoziOrabueze in this time is not mistake, it's a design. It's the handwork of Chukwuka Abiyama. So effort just has to be made. I can't even explain it well enough how I feel. A lot is happening. The saying goes that every day is for the thief, but one day is for the owner of the house. This evil demonic entity called Nigeria is coming to an end. It can't continue like this. It's gotten out of hand. The world can't continue to pretend as if they don't know the level of genocide going on in that country. Even as Britain continue to turn a blind eyes, they created it, they nurtured it, and continue to try to kind of cover it up before the international community, which is sad and which is shameful, because at the end of the day, what a man sow, that he is going to reap too. So it's just incredible that every day there's the level of massacre from different states by one fraction, one tiny group called the Fulanis, and they are being shielded, they are being protected and supported actively by the president, by the government. So that is a serious situation. I'm so glad to come in to let you know that the effort, though it takes time, though the will of justice may be slow, but eventually it grinds and it grinds to its destination. So it's coming. Was it last week? Yeah, I saw that according to Mayegu, he said the Sultan of Sokoto, he's been lamenting now his outburst, calling social media a terrorist organization. Why? He's lashing out, calling social media terrorist group. Why is he saying that? Because all their deeds are coming out in the open. Because these are workers of darkness, evil. So there's a level of frustration and disappointment that they are feeling, that not unlike back in the days when they could just continue. This is it.
Go on,
shall we listen? Huh?
Go on.
Okay. So that is the situation that he is lashing out. He is expressing the frustration, and the disappointment that has overtaken them, that the world. I keep saying it, that the day social media was created, when I came to Europe, there was no internet. Talk less of social media. But the day social media came about was a manifestation of God's own word. The coming of social media was a manifestation, because we live in a time now where nothing is hidden anymore. As it's happening, even in a village, it's spread around the world. So that is not to say that we have to keep pressing on. We have to keep making effort. So what makes it all the more interesting and possible is with the advent of the social media. And that is what the Sultan is very frustrated about, that everybody in the country, in spite of their continuous massacring, massacre of the people, but everything is out there. It's no news anymore that the Fulani hijacked Nigerian system is responsible. So there's no gainsay saying that the Fulani is the government that is championing it. The military, they are behind it. The police, all of them, they've hijacked it. And even as we speak now, they are trying to integrate about 300 and something of theirs, according to them, repentant Boko Haram. How? Repent from where? And these are the same people who will come in, they put some of them in the military, and in the military there they will connive and carry out internal, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy what is going on in that country. It's time now for everybody to go their way and go and mind what they want. These Boko Haram, what they ask for, they say they want Islamic country where they can practice Sharia. Okay, fine. Let them have it. I'm not against them. Let them go and have the Islamic Sharia country. But we are Christians. We are Christian Judaism. We are African traditionalists. So go and practice what you have, and leave us alone. It's as simple as that. So go and develop yourself at your own pace as it pleases you. It's as simple as that. Because, like I always say, most of the time, if you remember, there is no solution to Nigerian problem. Anybody tell you there is a solution is deceiving him or herself. The only solution is every region go their way. Biafra go, Dudua go, Arewa go, Middle Belt, wherever, whichever way or direction you want to attach yourself, fine. But when you do that, what happens now is that you now create your own law. You create your own constitution that will guide and protect you. So therefore, a Fulani from the Sahel region, from Senegambia, whatever, can't just come in and begin to cause havoc. If he's going to come in, because we won't be an island, but if you have to come in, you have to come in through the right channel. We know who you are. And if there's a law that we have, the law of the land, the constitution in the land, you have to abide by it. If you don't want to abide by it, then you go away. It's as simple as that. And if we go to your country, if we go to Dudua land, or we as Biafra, if we go to Arewa, we also have to abide by their own law. It's simple as that. Like that, there will be peace. People can have their peace and develop. Even if there is problem within these nations, they will sort it out in the best way known to them, suitable to them. Nnamdi Kanu has emphasized that time without number, that we as Biafrans will be able to solve our problem in spite of the differences, but at least we know what is going on. We know how to go about it. Because we have our commonalities, the way we think, the way what we want, we pursue it, even with disagreement. Every nation, there's no nation that doesn't have disagreement. But that you be in your home, somebody comes and just slaughter you and walks away. Come and invade communities, send them into the bush, into IDP camp, and occupy there perpetually. Nobody is going after them. The government is not speaking up. This it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, my brother. I'm with you this morning. God bless.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you for your speech and line of thought you just brought in. The video you were talking about, I have seen it. I watched it. Was it a day before yesterday or so?
Okay.
So, I went, I watched it, and I saw it.
Oh, it's not live. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not live. I just watched it and I saw it the day before yesterday. So, in regards to that video, because you have just mentioned it, I have to bring it up, and then maybe we'll, for those who have not seen it, who have not listened to it, we'll listen to it together and hear. But before we go into that video, I want to say something about it. Every single one of them that you see here, these people you see here, the unseriousness in them is something that is disturbing.
Okay.
They are not new. We have seen them 1,000 times with their eloquent English and a lot of sweet words. We have seen them. These people you see here, this group of people have held meeting with our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa on several occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Even after the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, most of them were part of the people that we are told to go and form the government of Biafra in exile. And instead of forming that government, they were all lining up behind Peter Obi.
Yeah, okay.
They were telling Simon Ekpa to sit back and watch Peter Obi.
Is a Jofo? There's one Jofo among them, eh?
Every single one of them. Every single one of them. The one that's a Jofo. I think that's the one that was the chairman of whatever. I've forgotten that.
Yes. Yes, I remember. Mm-hmm.
He was there. He attended a meeting, which I was there. Mm-hmm. A meeting that was conducted between Simon Ekpa, the members of the cabinet, with this group of people. I was in that meeting. I saw all of them. There was another program they had also. That one was done open, where you see them speak. These are people that are very, very inconsistent. Mm-hmm. You cannot trust whatever they say. I remember just like this Brufen you're talking. We know what transpired with Brufen. If he has repented and changed and begin to behave like a human, that's a different thing. But the role he played then, you see, that is one thing. Sometimes in this very struggle, we try as much as possible to keep emotions aside. Mm-hmm. If you don't, these deceitful people will always be coming in. They will always be coming with their sweet words. If you look very well, look at the people that praise Simon Ekpa to heaven. They are the ones that are fighting against him today. They're the ones that insulted him. The people that didn't want him alive, they are the ones that come to them and tell you, oh, he was doing this good. He was a nice man. People who were playing, crying and saying they want Biafra, today they are the one talking against that Biafra. They are speaking against and lying against it. But when it comes to those paintings, they will come outside and they will do certain things to make themselves sound like something like this. Brufen, we know what Brufen did. The role he played. At a stage, a time, he became their fundraiser. He became a fundraiser.
For who? For the other side.
They're going to raise fund for a reason I don't know. So
well,
each and every one of them, we know their records. That is why when we see them, we are not moved. But maybe it is not late if they change today, begin to behave well.
Exactly. I remember, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi, I remember. I remember Ejiofor, that Ejiofor, when he said during Simon Ekpa was around then, and he said that make we give our brother a chance, Peter Obi, stuff like that, you know. So he was very common. That was very chameleonic because first he was for it, and later when Peter Obi came up and he changed, and I was like, how stupid is that? Can you not see that the British, they are just trying to use Peter Obi to derail the movement? It's obvious, and you I don't know if he's a doctor too or whatever, but can you not use your brain once for once in your life? This is just even as we speak now, the same bullshit is continuing all over again. Peter Obi this, Peter Obi has nothing to offer. This just, oh my goodness. So, well, but like you just said, if they've have a change of heart, or maybe for whatever reason, because obviously, as but as we speak now, it's gotten to a place now where it's like some of them can no longer hide the truth, because every single day that passes, this Fulani hijacked Nigerian system, they are massacring people. Plateau, Benue, Enugu in particular. Enugu, what if you see information I got yesterday about Enugu, you can't even imagine. And the entire Yoruba land, they've taken over everywhere. So, but again, like you said, let's see. Maybe they are trying to have a change of heart or whatever it is. But I also believe that we have a different administration in the United States now, even though the guy has his handful. Unbelievable. You know, Ukraine, Middle East, China, this, that is unimaginable. But I've always known too that at some point, that is why I keep saying, because I saw DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, I saw her campaign vigorously for Trump. I saw her came out to demonstrate our position, and I was like, if only this could get to Trump, even if not him, but his surrogate, his campaign team, stuff like that. You know, I know how this guy, his mindset, he will definitely stand up and speak truth to power, because he's not, I mean, we have also always known that it's God, Chukwuka, and our effort that is going to give us Biafra. But at least we need as many support as we can get. So, exactly. So this current U.S. administration is one of those. And we pray to Chukwuka for the coming of this government, because the British government, make no mistake, my dear brother, this is our enemy number one. I make no apology when I say it, you know, because of what they benefit from Biafra land, the oil and gas, they know it. So, but for how long are you going to continue to massacre people just because of something you can also get if you only do the right thing, you know? So that is the situation, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. You see, these people, we must not lose our guard for these veterans. We must not lose our guard. That is one thing.
Yeah.
The olive branch is always there. Even when Mazi Samanaka is there, Mazi Samanaka have kept it open. Mazi Nanika kept the room open for them to come in. But the problem we have with them is the inconsistency.
Inconsistency.
That is the problem. Just watch out. When P2B comes out now in 2000 and whatever they say they are doing their Nigerian
they
thing,
change.
They will now switch over and begin to talk a different thing. People have now realized that the only thing that can give you relevance internationally now as a Biafran is Mazen Nandikano.
Yeah.
That name has become so powerful. It has become so powerful that any place, any office you enter, mention that name, they will pay attention to you.
Yeah.
And that is what many of them are capitalizing on. When you see them speak so eloquently and they come and demonstrate, just wait in a few minutes now, just only patience you have, you see them switching words. We appreciate whatever they do, whatever they say. If you want to be genuine, the olive branch is always there. And all we want is our independent state. Simple, nothing more.
Because quickly,
it is your business. We don't have anything to do with it. And don't be a distractor. Don't disturb us. We won't disturb you. Do not disturb us. We will not disturb you. Every one of them, they are aware of the government in exile. They were officially informed by our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneka. They were all aware. And even today, they know that our office in DC is going to be open. Dr. NgoziOrabueze is also open to any one of them who can be able to participate and play a role. But as always, they like to stand on their own, use that leverage of that name, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And I bet you, even if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out tomorrow, so many of them will still change and begin to do a different thing.
Exactly.
Mazen Nnamdi Kanu equally held a meeting with them. Held a meeting with them. Someone held a meeting with them. He came out to nothing.
Yeah. Braju, let me quickly say this. That is where that one point is unbelievably vital. That is that Nnamdi Kanu comes out. Because when he comes out, let's say he comes out this month or next month on the next trial or whatever, as they are pressing now, if he comes out, it's done. If he comes out, because the Nnamdi Kanu that I know, as has been shown to me, if he comes out, his demand is his demand. He's not asking for anything from Nigeria. Simple thing, self-referendum at most. That's it. If you don't believe in the one we've conducted, okay, grant us referendum. Then they cannot stand on that point from here till the kingdom. No amount of money in this world is going to change that. That you can take to the bank. So if he comes out, as they are pressing now, there's our prayer that he comes out. PM2, of course, he has his own mechanism. Why he is there? Okay, but PM has his own mechanism, and I'm sure that NgoziOrabueze has her own too. But if Nnamdi Kanu comes out now, then it's done. Sort of. We sit down at the round table and negotiate. Either you give referendum, or let's discuss how we can go our separate way, because it's our right to be free. You cannot. For how long are you going to continue to hold us in perpetuity? It's not going to, so it's not bringing anything good for the North. It's not bringing for the South. It's not bringing for anybody. So let's do the right thing. So that is the thing I just wanted to chip in, that anything that can bring Nnamdi Kanu out as a free man is a welcome development. Thank you, my brother. God bless.
Thank you, my beloved brother. And let me add one thing. You see this call for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu by the politician and by these elites, it is not genuine. It is not genuine in the sense, there is one video, and maybe I will try to see that video and play. A man gave a prophecy, not because he's a prophet. It is not because of the prophecy, but when you read into what he said, naturally, when it comes to freedom fighting, what he was saying is a fact. That is how it should be. It's not about the prophecy, but that man gave it as a prophecy about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, his release and continued detention. And what to expect, if you want him to be released, look at what to expect. And if you want to know his condition, whether he'll be released or not, look at how it is. And the way the prophet explained it, this is exactly how it is. But some of us, out of emotion, like me, myself, I'm very happy, we want him to come out today, tomorrow. But I bet you, each time we ask for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we should also remember how difficult it's going to be for him to be out. Because the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Don't forget, release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. That is why these people are annoying me, because they are not genuine. They are not genuine, and they know it.
You mean these guys here or politicians?
As a platform to project themselves for their own selfish interest and their own project ahead in Nigeria.
Okay, you mean these guys on this platform?
You are seeing it will unfold very soon. You will see it. It will unfold. But
because the politician.
I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's absolute. I pray.
Yeah.
Something can change.
Bro, the politicians, unquestionably, they don't want him out. The Soludos of this world, the Hopus of the Mars, name them, all the governors, the politicians, the Biafran politicians, make no mistake about that. They don't want him out because they know that he's coming out is Biafra, and they don't want it.
Absolutely. I want every Biafra to know that. You know, sometimes when we say, hey, release Mazen, they think it's just to release him, he go to his house and continue to broadcast again.
No way. No way.
When you are asking his release, that is why I say, people, you do not separate Biafra, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Separating these people together, you don't know what you are doing.
It's mischievousness. It's not. You can't. You can't.
If you see anyone that comes out, talks bad about Mazen Simon Ekpa, hates him with all God, you don't want Biafra, but you love Mazen Nnamdi Kanu so much.
He's not genuine.
way he's doing he's a nice person.
He's not genuine.
He's very civil. These are deceitful bunch of fools.
Yeah. If you hate Simon Ekpa and you say you love Nnamdi Kanu, you are not genuine. Heaven knows that you are not genuine because they are fighting. They have the same agenda, the same goal. I am telling you the gospel truth. So, but yeah, well, like we just said, these guys here on this picture, yeah, like you said, let's pray that their intention is genuine. But as for the politicians, you don't even need prayer to deal with that because this woman, Bianca, no, all these people, they are one Nigerianist. Peter Obi of this world. They are one Nigerianist. Even though Nigeria is dismantling, destroying, and they don't care. They only care who they talk in their mouth. Peter Obi said this lie. All what he wants is to continue to perpetuate his own personal agenda. And there's a reason for that because I know when he was a governor, I know the things he did. You know, self-determination is not a crime. People carrying placards and you slaughter them just for asking for who does that. And this is some of the things Peter Obi did in the past. So, but thank you, bro.
Thank you so much, my brother. We're going to play the video so that all of us will listen to it and chip in. But before then, our beloved brother Greg is on stage. My brother Greg, open your mic and speak to us before we play that video and all of us will listen to them.
Yes. Happy Easter to Biafrans. Happy Easter to Christian and Mazi Jews. Christ is
Happy
risen.
Easter. Happy Easter, my brother.
Yes, we are happy for the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. For those that believe, He has given them the power to become the sons and daughters of God. So we are among them that believe. Thank you for your work as we remember our brother Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa and all the people who are fighting and those who are suffering in jail because of freedom, that let the risen Lord visit their case and visit the case of Biafran freedom. That is our prayer. And we pray for all the cabinets and the media people in this resurrection time, that God will be their strength and protect them from the evil ones who doesn't like light. Those that remain, still want to remain in darkness. Let the risen Lord shine upon those that believe in truth. Yes, we thank God so much as we move. I am going to start with these people you guys have started with. You remember the so-called the Igbo Congress in US.
Exactly.
The man that called himself Professor Ejiofor, right? That man is evil man. The man is evil man. That Professor Ejiofor, Chidi in Canada, and the so-called Eninaya Baribe. These people are deceivers, and never you trust them or talk anything about them concerning what we are doing. They are not real. Let me tell you, you cannot want Biafra in one hand and want Nigeria in the other hand. It is not possible. That means you don't know what you are standing for. The Biafra we are fighting for is the Biafra we know what we want. I cannot want Nigeria and want Biafra. I want Biafra when I did not get appointment. I want Biafra when contract is not given to me. I want Biafra when I am not in any political party that is in control. That is not what we want. If that is the kind of Biafra Nnamdi Kanu want, by now Nnamdi Kanu must have been a billionaire. And the same thing with Simon Ekpa, especially in this season. In these 3 years or 4 years that Nnamdi Kanu is not there. If Simon Ekpa had been fighting for money, by now he must have been a trillionaire.
Of course, they called him and promised him to make him the Dangote of Biafra land.
Because let me bring your mind. The purpose of kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu was not to punish him for anything, but to make sure that Biafra is finished. Nothing concerning Biafra. There is no other reason than to make sure that they bury Biafra. That is the reason. And when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, these three people you see, I mentioned here, this man that called himself Professor Joffo or whatever, and the one called himself Chid in Canada, and then Inaya Baribe. Their interest is to use Nnamdi Kanu to get something from Nigeria. You must always be careful and watch people, the way they move and the way they act. This Professor Joffo wanted he was thinking that today that Obi will be in power and they will call him back to come and hold one position as a minister. That is 100% sure. So he dumped Nnamdi Kanu in jail. And he fights Simon Ekman to everything, telling everybody that Tinubu, Atiku, all the opposition people that is working against Obi paid Simon Ekman billions. So these people are evil. He worked with DOS, he worked with Nnamdi Kanu's brother, and today what is happening? So any person that attained to some certain level of education, enwere ihe a na-akpọ ya ọgụrụ akwụkwọ agụghị uche. Agụrụ akwụkwọ agụghị uche ka ihe on these people. So mmadụ nọ na America, with the title of professor doesn't mean that he have sense. And when you are educated and mixed with greed, your vision will completely be blind. So this man you see, professor, whatever you call him, his vision is completely blind because he have evil intention. He didn't have the intention of the Igbos, neither the Biafrans. Since they put him there as the World Igbo Congress a president, tell me one concrete thing this man have achieved in Igbo land. Mention it. If you know, tell me. So, these are the gang of deceivers. So everything he come out and talked in the radio today makes no sense for me because tomorrow he will change. So that is the kind of people we don't want. That is why I said I prefer somebody I know he is on the negative side. Then I will know how to follow him. But this one that will come and put his body on you. So when you rely on him, when time comes, he will leave you and you fall and your head will knock on the ground. So be careful with that kind of people. Onye ka ndị Igbo na-atụnile si na ọkwọ m n'azụ ma ụkwụ m na-ede n'ala. Na ya hapụ ka iwere ụkwụ wee gaba ka iwee mara how speed and how slow you can walk. So these kind of people, forget them in anything you're doing. Never near them at all. Instead, it's better for you to near your enemy, so that you will know this person is my enemy and you know how to follow him. But this kind of people, forget them. So this man, we immediately Nnamdi Kanu was the first arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, 2015 or 2014 or 16. When Nnamdi Kanu escaped from being for the hand of the military from assassin in his father's house, and he ran away. Nobody knew where he was. This man invited Naya Beribe. Then Naya Beribe come to the Igbo Congress in US and said that any person that is working within Nnamdi Kanu is not helping the Igbo, that Nnamdi Kanu was evil. And this is the person who stands for Nnamdi Kanu's bail. And he was invited to the World Congress and he talked evil, even when they don't even know whether if Nnamdi Kanu was alive or Nnamdi Kanu was dead. He vomited evil because Nigerian government was pursuing, telling him that he have to provide Nnamdi Kanu. He was thinking that Buhari would jail him. So what he have to do, he came to America and he speak evil against Nnamdi Kanu with this very man you see here, Ejiofor. I watch it myself live. So these people is not the people to write about. So anything they are talking is not a problem. The most important thing there is, I remember St. Paul say, let Christ be preached. Either you are preaching Christ for out of jealousy or out of falsehood. The most important thing is that Christ is preached because Christ himself knows those who are for him. So the Biafrans know the people who are fighting for freedom. So if he come on any television, any news, anything and talk about Biafra, that is no problem. Let him preach Biafra. But to work with him is what I would never advise any person that call himself a freedom fighter to go and talk anything with him concerning Biafra. That is my submission for now until the other things are played. Thank you, my chiefs.
Thank you so much, my brother Greg. I appreciate you. I can see my brother Akonyo is there. Let's hear you, my brother Akonyo. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Uncle Chus.
No, good morning.
Good morning to other guests in the house.
No.
I don't know much about these guys. They are what they've done in the past. I'm not privy to it. And I've seen the video on Okocha Happy myself. Though it did not go down well with me. On the other hand, I said whatever people that spoke ill of Nnamdi before, we do now to get Nnamdi out. It's good for us. So I won't speak much about them. But drafting from what my brothers have said now, you know, when Nigeria went for our leader Nnamdi Kanu, they had three purposes which Malami admitted to. One was to buy Nnamdi. Maybe someone advised them that it won't go down well. Secondly, was to maybe disappear him, which the DOS consented to during then. Because when Nnamdi disappeared from the scene for 8 days, DOS people did not say anything. We got to know the news of the kidnap of Nnamdi from Nigerian mouth. So the third one is, okay, if these two didn't play out, if we keep him, excommunicate him, that we will destabilize the struggle. And they achieved it up to today on Nnamdi's side. Up until Simon came up, reading through their intent, he said, if you keep shouting, release Nnamdi, do this, we are waiting for Nnamdi, we are keeping the structure of Nnamdi, either than driving the struggle forward, they will know that they've caught your weak point, and they will keep holding on to Nnamdi. Simon now starting the cause of Biafra in his own understanding and what he believed to be the right way to fight our freedom, by not going much into preaching. It was after securing our land and giving orders. When he first started, the powers of the DOS was still much, until he clamped all their wings, that they resorted into blackmailing him blackmailed, and start setting him up. So Nigeria were happy. People cross ship. The crop of individual we have today in USB and Briggy, when they saw they have no power to contest Simon, they lay low and cross ship. And the same Nigerian government again, seeing the attempt they made on Nnamdi worked, they lay hold on Simon again, and they have destabilized us. Now the point I want to make is that I've made this point in several platforms that I appear. I do say it. If all the people that are in this struggle with us will understand this trick, they will know that Nigerian government have found a perfect way to be making us weak. All these charlatans now, I don't know them. The intellectuals that are now speaking for Nnamdi, concurring to all the prophecies or prediction according to them that is happening bare to everybody's eyes today. At the initial stage, that their own brother was permitted by God to see tomorrow, just as Ojukwu did during his own time. He saw tomorrow. He saw that Nigeria cannot work, even when there is no indication that Nigeria will not work. Ojukwu saw it. Nnamdi, as early as 2012-13, there is no even indication that Nigeria will deteriorate like this today. But he still saw all this mayhem that is going all around Nigeria today. He was preaching it. All these intellectuals saw him as a fool, as somebody without common sense. They did not find it even to pitch tent with him, or even though that they did not admit what he's saying, let them play on the brotherhood side to just be maybe neutral, not to, when they know that anything they utter will go a long way to cause commotion or to cause peace. They chose the side of attacking Nnamdi, that empowered other indigenous people of Nigeria, other tribes, to follow suit and called Nnamdi names. They as well assisted them in kidnapping Nnamdi. Now, all that Nnamdi preached to us is happening. And when Nigeria lay hold on him, all we are shouting is that let us keep it the way Nnamdi left it. As if your dad embarked on building a house, along the way he died. As a son, you will say, this is the structure my dad will keep. My dad started building. Maybe the house is too big. As a reasonable son, you know that you do not have the capacity. Maybe in Nigeria that when somebody dies, bank will seize your money. Other people that you are into business that do not have proper documentation will abscond with the money of the man, and you are now left with a minimal resources. As a man that have intelligence, won't you either do some part of the house or change the structure? They said, no, we must keep on with the structure our dad started. We must complete this mansion. That is the very weak point that Nigeria has seen. Now they've laid hand on Simon. Instead of the people that work with Simon for 3 years to drop their egos, discovering that this has been a tactic that Nigerian government is using on us. We now have factions. Some says they want to be preaching the truth. Some say they are defending the structure of Simon, that we should let the house be like that, no change, nothing. Let us wait until he come. Some that wanted to move with what the young man said, that do this. This is how I want you to do. I want it to be, even in my presence or in my absence. There's now clash, no more work. Because I could remember when Simon was much with us, the talk about the releasing of Nnamdi was not even from the Igbo extraction. Asari, many were talking. It took over their mainstream media because the signal was hitting them right. The insurgence of a Fulani herdsmen ravaging, taking up land was not even seen in our land. The war we were facing was the war between Biafrans and the military police. Even Ebubago was nowhere to be found again. Soludo could not even set up any security, whatever, up until they lay hand on Simon. So what I want to say is that our people should understand that this struggle is like a relay race. That people will be partitioned, kept in different distance. When you run very fast to get to your next brother to hand the baton of the race to that person. And when the baton is being handed to you, I don't think that someone that is on that race looks back. Rather, you start moving. Until we discover that if we reorganize ourselves now, knowing that whenever any of our leader is being captured, whether by arrest or by kidnap, that we should move on. Whoever that is nearest to that position should be allowed to lead. Whatever argument you should make should be a constructive argument. You lay the argument on appropriate quarter that you're supposed to make it, not to come online and start bashing your brother or making yourself look stupid. Since the call of our PM, men on the ground, all of them started at the initial stage yapping nonsense. They saw the prominent figures that was working with Simon, greater number of it deviated. People that were even working without being noticed, they all pop out with different opinion. The likes of Ada spews from both sides of her mouth. Sonia Akparawa that is even speaking English, he's right up something that is on public domain that everybody can see. When you tag many people, even your enemy that is not following you might be following the person you tag. They just bastardize everything now. Well, since when they arrest Simon, have we had the fire that was brewing on how to release Nnamdi still sustaining that momentum? So this is what the people that are found in this struggle should understand. Even though you don't believe what Uncle Chooks is saying, stay on your lane, chart your course, which is Biafra. Don't bash at anybody. Even if you should bash, there are so many ways now to contact those persons. CRC that are supposed to do their work, instead of them to do their work, barely 24 hours, they raise a memo to carry Ogenkere and make him leader, which was very questionable at that moment. That made even some people that follow USB to say, why are you raising a memo? We've not even gotten all the details of why Simon was called upon and you want to replace him. Starting from that moment, they decided on what to do. After the declaration, they turned themselves into an electoral body, electoral empire, to elect who they, with all their distance, the qualities they put out, that the person must bear for the person to become APM. Since they become APM now, what result have we seen? All the photo that Ogenkere has been showing. Why is all those people that he is meeting in the Congress, Washington DC Congress House, why are they not the one now coming to stand like this? And such image, such video is still coming from people that are not even in Drugi or in USB or even in DOS. And you people are online bashing yourself, making whatever you make. No, the people that are working with you, that have all the resources, they have an existing army, have allies all over the world using your resources to fight you. They have seen that whenever they take whoever that have managed to stand, that you people will go up in flame. That's what they will continue to do up until our people we ourselves ga-amata na Chilemeze na-ada akụtezela ọkpọ. Ọ ga-enyere anyị aka anyị emekwa understand ihe anyị na-agbara ọsọ ya na ọgụ Biafra anyị na-ekwu okwu ya abụghọ biznes, na ọ bụ something ị ga-emegoro understand kedu ihe ya pụtara, kedu the best way a ga-eji nweta this thing. Ọ ga-enyere anyị aka because ọ bụ na Simon ka nọ with us, Nigeria ka gị release Nnamdi. Ọ bụ na Simon na ha hapụrụ Simon to declare Biafra, by now all this damage control assignment a ha nyere anyị every day ka ha bụ ihe anyị na-ekwu. Ebe ọ bụla this group of people na-aga gather today, whether they have repented or they are chasing clout, it then shows that to us that have believed Nnamdi and Simon from beginning, to know that the names they called those our leaders was not what our leaders are. DOS said that Simon is an agent of APC government. How can someone be an agent be arrested and you guys now come saying that Nigeria have arrested Simon, that he will spend 65 years? Who are you now trying to convince? The people that called Nnamdi names are now gathering again, saying that the time for them for continuous genocide of Igbos has expired. The time for continuous detention of Simon Nnamdi has expired. But at earlier stage, that this young man was telling you guys, he met you in your Congress, telling you that, see the plan of these people, see what they're planning to do, see what they're planning to do, Christian. You people said he's a small boy, he's a nobody, he's hungry, he's looking for money. So, Bikon, let us always read meaning differently into issues at hand. Onye ọbụla shield your sword. Know very well that when we come together, the people, our main enemy, we know that ndị abakọtakwala ọnụ agwa ukwu ha bụrụkwala ofu.
Thank you, my brother Akonye Wetere.
That's all I have to say this morning.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you for your contribution. Now let us go to Mazi Dibia. Before we play this video, we must play this video and listen to this so that people that didn't hear them, we know them. Me, I know every one of them there. I know them very well. So we are not moved with all this. We have seen them before with their good English and all those, the entertainment. We are not moved. But if they repent, they are welcome. Go ahead, my Mazi Dibia. Go ahead. Machineke. Mazi Dibia, unmute yourself. Can you hear me? You are muted. Unmute yourself. We cannot hear you. You are muted. Unmute yourself, Mazi Dibia. Okay.
Mazi Chusu,
hello, my brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
No. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think
your network is backward. Go ahead.
Okay. Network is baffling. Yes,
You're muted again. You are muted again. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself. You are muted again. We cannot hear you. Mazi, we cannot hear you. Maybe.
Hello?
Hello. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
No.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
We are for the last 2000
Let me go out and okay.
Yeah, better you go and come back again because the network is really bad. So before he comes back, let's listen to these people so that whenever he comes back, we allow him to make his speech because we can't allow these people to take over our genuine contributors. So let's listen to them, what they have to say, and hear them with their sweet words. Everybody should put hand on the deck. Everything is important. Keep speaking, keep talking. Whether you mean it to or you don't mean it to, at least you
Exactly.
be on record.
Exactly. Man, you took it from my mouth. Make noise because we live in an interesting time. This time frame, make noise. Why the USB will be doing what they are doing? I endorse it 100%. USB. Any other person, make noise, make noise. We have this window of opportunity. We have it, and God will see us through. Thank you.
Veterans of Igbo descent. My name is Dr. Sylvester Onyia, President of American Military Veterans of Igbo descent, AVID. I'm here today with Rising Sons and Ambassadors for Self-Determination. We're in the state capital to bring our concerns to the American folks that Nnamdi Kanu need to be released now. A lot of people have talked about him being unjustly incarcerated for nothing. He is not the problem of Nigeria. If anything, he's the solution to solve Nigerian problems. We're asking President Tinubu, just like we asked President Buhari, that got him in the first place, to release him. They have not done anything to anybody. On this note, we are reminding the world about what happened in January 2017, when inauguration of Donald Trump was celebrated in Port Harcourt, and the Nigerian government shut down and killed over 27 young youths of Igbo descent, IPOB young stars, for doing nothing but cheering up the president of their choice. This happened and nobody have been brought to account for that. We are asking that the government of the United States under Donald Trump, present president, to look into that massacre, because it was democracy that was being celebrated, and those youths were happy, rejoicing that such a good thing happened, and the military went and killed them all like chickens. We continue to ask, what is it that you're holding Nnamdi Kanu for? And we believe, as a British citizen, the British government's hand is in it, because Nnamdi was discussing about the atrocities they're doing in Nigeria. They don't want any development in Nigeria. Everything that we are doing is what Nnamdi was preaching on, and everything he have said before have happened today, and it's still happening. The jihadis coming in to work for the British government and to be killing people, the Fulani herdsmen, the terrorists, and that's what they are, killing people, trying to displace indigenous people, trying to take their lands from them, land grabbing. We want the world to look into it, more especially the United States government. For one thing, if nothing is done, once these jihadis get hold of the southeast, the Christians that they're trying to exterminate, they will have hold of the sweet crew. And once that happens, the next thing will be to challenge the United States and even the Britain that is encouraging them to do their bad deeds.
So, Father, I've heard that a Nigerian government official, the Inspector General of the DSS, Department of State Services, has said, Nigerians, defend yourselves from the terrorists and the bandits, end quote. So, Father, as a minister of God, do you support self-defense, especially where it may lead to the killing of your assailant?
Thank you very much, sir, for the question. And if you don't mind, let me begin by thanking you and your colleagues who have been working with us tirelessly to bring to the awareness of the world the level of injustice that is going on in Nigeria. It's getting too much. And at some point, somebody somewhere has to stand up and say, enough is enough. Now, coming to your question, yes, the Director General of DSS, who in American context, we might equate to the Director of Homeland Security is a special government official in Nigeria who is privy to top secret intelligence actually. For him to step forward and publicly told Nigerians, arm and defend yourselves, tells me a couple of things. One, Nigeria is either becoming a failed state or is already a failed state. Why? Because he said that they don't have enough government manpower to defend you. The military, the police, the DSS, that they don't have enough power to defend their citizens. What is the primary responsibility of any government, democratic government? To defend the lives and property of the people. So, for the director of DSS to say, we don't have what it takes to protect you Nigerians, it means that they are incapacitated. Self-defense is a natural phenomenon. If I were to pinch you now, you will blink unconsciously in defense of yourself. So self-defense is a natural phenomenon. But in the context of the DSS, honestly, I wasn't expecting that we shall come to that level at which the common people are required to arm themselves and defend themselves. But guess what? It has happened. In other words, what it means is you're on your own. If anything happens to you, you have yourself to blame. Now, because self-defense is a natural phenomenon, I have never read about any law, moral law, Christian law, civil law, natural law that is against self-defense. None whatsoever. But you know what? Where you have a good government, you take it for granted that you are protected. And so it's not even a question of whether I support it or not, or whether it is legal or not. And then for the government to say, defend yourself. Now, we are taking self-defense to a higher level. The level of you have to do everything possible to protect your life. Your life is the most precious gift God has given you. Very, very precious. God has given us a precious life to take care of, and we should guard it judiciously. But what is happening in Nigeria is that a group of bandits, terrorists, have taken it upon themselves to be massacring people at will. They carry arms all over the place, unchecked, unhindered. And they are decimating ethnic groups. In the name of herders, farmers, clash, rubbish. There is more to it. There is a hidden agenda. And that is ethnic cleansing and religious persecution. That is what has been going on. At this point in time, I will actually go the extra mile to advocate for self-defense. And people should defend themselves. And I'm asking my people, you cannot waste the life, precious life God has given you. You must defend it. Because there's no way. It has come to that. If the government tells you to defend yourself, defend yourself. That's what I will tell my people. And then I will ask our brothers and sisters in diaspora, especially here in America, who are from Igbo descent. Igbos here in America and Europe, organize yourselves, raise money, and make sure that your respective communities at home are protected. Have a very working vigilante groups, and make sure that your communities are protected. The time to pretend that everything is okay back home in Nigeria is gone.
You see, I want to stop this thing here to say a word. You see, when I talk about deceit, this is where you see the deceit play out. You see this man calling for Biafrans of Igbo descent, organize themselves, form security outfit to defend themselves. Are you telling me that this man is not aware? He is not aware that the United States of Biafra is in place already. Biafra has been declared. And I can bet you the people that went to Finland to declare Biafra, almost 50% of them were from the US. Every Saturday, we raise funds. They were very much aware that Mazen Nandi can establish Eastern Security Network. It was hijacked and handed to the governors. And Mazen Simon Ekpa established the Liberation Army, which we have been crying, raising funds every Saturday. They are very much aware. Every one of them, they know that this thing he's talking about is already in place under the United States of Biafra. He knows very much, but they will never support it. Instead, they create a different factions. They continue to create group and group upon group upon group. What stops him from reaching out to the Biafran government and ask them how they are doing, or make his own contribution towards Biafran government? What stops him from making that encouragement? But when you see them come out to speak with their eloquent English and all entertainment, you think that they are serious. The unseriousness is disturbing. That is why we are not moved when we see them speak. But just as I said before, every voice is important. But we must not get distracted. Those of us that are already doing something, we have something in place already. We must hold it and hold it tight. We are on the right path, on the foundation laid by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the structure put in place by Mazen Simon Ekpa, and today, the leadership of Dr. Ngozi we are on the right path. Don't get deceived. Don't get deceived. Don't get deceived. Every voice is important. But those of us that are still, that already in and we are doing something, don't get distracted. Do not. Thank you. Let's go. Do anybody want to say something for 1 minute?
Oh,
if you want to say something,
okay.
Then we continue playing.
Okay, Mazi, you want to talk?
Yeah, go on, my brother Christian. Just 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, waiting this last guy now, what he said. Okay. I have some issue with what he said, but at the same time, okay, let everybody continue to make noise, like I said earlier, due to the time we live in. The time we live in now, and USB will continue to do what they are doing. We'll continue to support as much as we can, right? Well, when he said the government said defend yourself, I find that to be very hypocritical, because you cannot tell somebody defend yourself while you tie his hand to the back. That don't make sense at all. You know, they in Benue, before the massacre started in Benue, the government came in, they asked them to surrender their weapons, their arms and everything. They surrendered and they unleashed the Fulanis on them. Now, in Uromi, before the 16 of these people that was by, they were buying, kidnapping, everything. And when eventually they caught about 16 of them with arms and money, they said they are hunters. They are not hunters. Everybody knows they are not. People are just deceiving themselves. You left all the way north and Pom to come and hunt. That is simply not true. So they defended themselves because it's part of self-defense, right? If you are coming to buy me, I buy you, it's self-defense. Now, absolutely. And after that, they were all rounded up, and using the governor as usual, they used these southern politicians and governors. They took all their arms, the vigilantes, they disarmed them, they took all their arms. So how can you at the same time tell the person to defend yourself while you take away their capacity to defend themselves? So this is what is going on. So on that aspect, I fought them saying the government had failed to. The government is lying to you, because the government is working with the terrorists Fulanis. They are 1 and 2. Make no mistake. So that is it. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. My brother Greg, 1 minute.
Yes, just, the priest or the clergyman is just funny. These are the same people that are still deceiving themselves. He is calling on all the Igbos in United Kingdom and abroad to rise up and organize themselves and contribute money, knowing very well that organization has been there. Why are you pretending? It's either you are just pretending or you are still in Nigeria. Because when you say rise up and do, who will lead it? Nnamdi Kanu is leading USN, and they carry him in the prison, London. Whoa. Okay, you should contribute money and go and give it to Salute and those of them, right? Or who will form that vigilante? So this is when people start lying to themselves. I don't like that. He knew very well that Biafra is already there, and Biafra have been declared, and Biafra already have Biafra army.
Have their security
Instead of him to say, there is people who have been started doing something already. Online, go and line on them and give them that money to make sure that our land is defended. Instead, he's beating around the bush. So, but another thing I want to make here is this. It's good. I still stand on what I said, that St. Paul said, it doesn't matter who preach Christ. Let Christ be preached. Whether for pretense or for whatever, let it be preached. Let the whole world know about Christ. So let them know about what is going on. That will make our case, and still making our case, because with everything now, the whole world know that nothing is holding Nnamdi Kanu and nothing is holding Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa have been crying and saying, I am defending my people. We are defending our land. We are on the self-defense. Every day, Simon Ekpa will come out and say, we are on the self-defense. So let that case please come up quick. Let me know their reason for still holding Mazi Nnamdi in Finland. They have no reason to hold these people down. I want to give you one surprise. I was speaking with a friend. He's a priest today. He called me himself. So I was talking. He started telling me that he is happy with what is going on, but this is the person who was not happy when we started fighting the military or the military terrorists. But now he's telling me that he's happy that Biafra was declared, and I'm just telling you this morning that he's happy that in his prayer every day, that he's holding special prayer for this very thing that we are doing, and that he wants to tell me that many people are very happy about it, that Biafra have been declared. I was surprised. As I said, Father, are you telling me this? He said 100%. He said Nigerians are happy about it. The Biafrans are happy about it. That they are happy about it. That people should support Dr. NgoziOrabueze. I said, wow. You are telling me this? He said, yes, they should support her. They should make sure that people should stop breaking away or doing this and doing it. Let the people stand on this and stand on it and make sure that they stand on their feet. I say that is good that you are coming up this morning. So all these people that are still deceiving themselves, let them preach it on. There is no problem about it. Thank you. As we continue.
Thank you so much, my brother.
And may never come back until that country disintegrates. Because honestly, a failed state, the only solution to a failed state is disintegration. To your tents, O Israel. Everybody should go and take care of themselves. From the local communities, maybe to the regional level. And guess what? This is exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching for more than 10 to 15 years. That these people are coming. These are mercenaries sponsored by the Fulani hegemony to decimate the rest of the ethnic groups in Nigeria. And the government has done little or nothing to stop them. And to our greatest embarrassment, or even being fair to them, they have now told us officially that there's not much they can do.
So, Bruce Fine, as a constitutional lawyer and the International Council for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you visited Nigeria many times, your client has served over 5 years in prison. What is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's current situation, and how has the current state of the Nigerian Constitution and the rule of law affected Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom?
Well, thank you for that wonderful question. We're really gathered here today to pay homage to Nnamdi Kanu and his unsurpassed courage that has given the Biafrans hope, which is what sustains the people and moving forward towards justice. Nnamdi Kanu was victim of a crime. Crime perpetrator was the nation of Nigeria. In 2021, he was kidnapped and tortured in Kenya. He was then returned to Nigeria, where he's been denied a trial for now over 4 years. I helped precipitate a ruling from the working group on arbitrary detention in Geneva, holding very unambiguously and calling for the immediate and unconditional of Nnamdi Kanu, because the government of Nigeria had violated 16 human rights covenants that were binding on all nations, whether they accepted them or not. The Nigerian government has flouted that decree now for almost 3 years. Nnamdi Kanu remains in isolation. Again, he's never ever been given an opportunity for a trial. There are repeated adjournments because there is no evidence. I've examined the indictments. They're really quite hollow. They don't have any specificity of what Nnamdi Kanu did that caused any kind of violence or harm. And at present, there still is no scheduled trial date. It's a continuing criminal violation by the Nigerian government. The great irony is that the real case should be Nnamdi Kanu versus the government of Nigeria, which should be in the defendant's chair. One of the things that's very astonishing is that for hundreds of years of Anglo-American jurisprudence, there's a motto: crime should not pay. The Nigerian government is trying to make their crime against Nnamdi Kanu pay, which is intolerable.
Bruce, what can be done to the government of Nigeria to help free Mazi Kanu?
Well, there are several precedents. One, during apartheid, South Africa was suspended from the United Nations General Assembly until Nelson Mandela was released. And there's nothing that prevents petitions now to the United Nations General Assembly insisting that Nigeria be suspended until they release Nnamdi Kanu. That's one possibility. Another would be if you had the president issue an executive order says there are going to be no Nigerian visas to visit the U.S. until Nnamdi Kanu is released. That would impress upon all Nigerians the penalty they're paying because the government is being so lawless and tyrannical. There are other options, like having an international arms embargo on Nigeria until Nnamdi Kanu is released, having very, very high tariffs on anything sold by Nigeria until Nnamdi Kanu is released. These are financial pressures. They've been utilized in other countries in the past. It's a matter of political will, not law.
Chief Ugonna, how do the attacks on the Christian community and the continued injustice faced by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu serve as a serious warning sign for all Nigerians about the state of justice and freedom in the country?
You know, that's an excellent question, and thank you for posing that. I want to tell you a short story. I've been going to the region for 20 years, and the first 10 years that I was there, it was quite peaceful, at least in the southeast. Some of this was brewing already in the north, but in the southeast and the spaces where I was at with the Igbo, quite frankly, was fairly peaceful. And then, right around the time actually when they put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under chains, things blew up. And more than that, I think when people in the villages and the boroughs of Southeast Nigeria look at this, they see, wow, if they can do that to somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is quite an individual, what could they do to me? What can they do to the individual citizens? It's just gone wrong. I'm telling you, and I've told the State Department here before, not from this current administration, but the previous one, that if in fact, if we don't do something about this, that place is going to implode, and we're going to end up with a pile of people coming over who will immigrate just to get out of the place. That's what's going to happen. I think the other thing that lines up where the people, the situations that they're living in, many of them are Christians. We've said before, 90% plus are Christian. Those who are Christian are experiencing the same kind of attack There's a group in Southeast Nigeria called Inner Society, and they're a data crunching kind of group. And they've also got a very nice legal angle where they triangulate on everything to make sure that what they print is real. And they printed a statistic where they said just recently that for a period of 9 years, there were more than 30,000, mostly Christians, either killed or extremely violated. And even since they printed that, another 9,000 have been added to the list. So you're talking about 40,000 people. When we had our 9/11 here in the U.S., it wasn't anywhere near 40,000. Look at the reaction we had. 40,000 people being killed or violated should draw an unbelievable personal explosion. I think one of the things that people need to do, citizens, whoever is a citizen in Nigeria listening to this broadcast, need to really think this way. I used to work for a guy who said, you know what, now that we've had all this discussion, that's all wonderful, but tomorrow morning when you wake up, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And the point is, you need to be able to answer that question. And for me, it comes down to three things. The first is you need to understand what's going on. What's going on in your village? Who are those strangers out in the bush? Who are they? What are they doing? You need to understand what's happening to you. You can't wait for somebody to tell you. Nobody's going to tell you. When DSS has already said, you know what? You better take care of yourself. You know, actually, I don't know if they really want to give us any good advice, but that's good advice. We need to take care of us. You need to get up and understand what's going on. The second thing you need to do is you need to have a plan. You need to start to think about, what am I going to do tomorrow morning? What's the plan? I need a plan. And the third thing you need to do is take it personal. Now, you might say, what's this white chief? How many white chiefs do you see with a red hat? Not too many. What's he doing? I want to tell you what I'm doing, okay? What's important to me? You know, when it comes to understanding what's going on, we are all about, I spent 20 years understanding what's going on. And some people even pin the label on me, not Big A, but Big I for Igbo. They said, boy, he knows a lot about the Igbo, that guy. Because I've spent 365 days on ground. And in so doing, I learned what's really critical to the Igbo, to the ethnicity, to the ancestral Igbo. What's important to that person? Why are they the way they are? So I did that. I started to understand by working with the people around, standing here and many others, I've learned all the ins and outs of what's driving, what's the history. What did the British do? How did they fumble the ball so badly when they set this place up? How did that happen? And so I've learned about that. So I know what's going on. The second thing is I've got a plan. One thing I learned from my dad, and God rest his soul, my dad was a Marine Corps staff sergeant. And so you can imagine, as a young boy, I was on the run. My dad, he said, son, you're either going to be part of the problem or you're going to be part of the solution. And you know what? I've chosen, I think wisely, to be part of the solution. Part of the solution is critical. And you know what? You as citizens need to be part of the solution. And you need to come up with it yourself. You know what? Just like DSS, they're not going to tell us what to do. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. You need to figure it out for yourself and then do it. And then the third thing is take it personal. Now, what have I been doing? You can tell just by the way I am. I take things personal. And when I come to this place behind me, and I spend a lot of time at the State Department as well, and as a group with AVID, AVID's a great organization. AVID, with that group, we've spent a lot of time in the halls of Congress, knocking on the doors, talking with people. When we're with those people, what we're doing is we're taking them through the same 3 steps. United States government, you actually don't understand what's going on in Africa. Listen to us. We'll tell you what's going on. It's an ancestral place. And what happens is when they abscond with somebody who's iconic in the society. I mean, Mazi Namikano is iconic. When they put somebody like that in chains and just throw away the key, which they've done, they've thrown away the key. We should be taking that personal. And once again, if they can do what they're doing with him, they're doing with us, and that's when the 40,000 Christians that they've got on the run. There's another little bit of data you ought to know about. You know, all the people, and I bet there's hardly anybody in the region who hasn't been personally touched by a disappearance. You've got family, friends, fellow villagers who've been absconded with, they've been stolen. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You know what's going on. Well, what happens is we need to tell the people in these powerful places, because they have a lot of control. I think you've heard quite a bit of wisdom about what the U.S. government can do. But for sure, the U.S. government needs to understand that if these 3 questions don't get answered also by the United States, understand, have a plan, and take it personal, one day it will come to our shore. One day that place will just turn into a mess. And we need to make sure that it doesn't come to our shore.
Evans, a lot has been said about what is wrong in Nigeria.
Your voice is not coming out.
Sorry. The man that just spoke now makes some vital points. And
yes,
what he just said is most of the things the government have been saying all this while. And one of the things I can point out there is that we, the Biafrans, taking responsibility, no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm.
As an individual, every one of us, it's just like when the government enacted the law that everybody has the right to bear arms and defend themselves. And some people begin to talk trash. That is where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to fold your hand and say you're waiting for Liberation Army to come there and do it. They can be everywhere. We know we are limited. There is limitation to where they can go and what they can do. Every one of us has to start taking responsibility. Everybody. You have to prepare yourself. If you don't, you might not live to tell the story. You might not. I thank God voices are coming. Whether they are serious or they are not serious, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We use the informations out there and we preach our message. Biafra has already been declared. And the recognition, this is how it's going to come. Let's continue to make the noise.
Yeah.
The defense of Biafra land, every one of us have to engage in it. Protect yourself, defend yourself. Anything you can lay your hand on. You saw the advice, what is it called? Danjuma gave to his own people. Danjuma told his people, you will tell me to go and give you a gun and buy gun. He said, I will not give you a gun. He said, if you know how those people get their own,
go and get your own.
How they get their own. Those people that are coming to attack you, how they get their own. Use the same system and acquire your own and defend yourself. Danjuma said it on the national TV. On video, this will not be said they said this. He said it, I played it here. Every one of us has to prepare. This is not the issue of saying you're waiting for Mr. B or Mr. A. There is something you must have to do on your own before that help comes. My brother Christian, just 1 minute, say something on that. And brother also will take 1 minute and say before we keep playing. Go on.
Yeah, so the last man, he said some good things, I mean, to an extent, he did his best, so no konye swear matter, you want to go, so he did his best, if I may just put it that way. And but ultimately there's just one, because I personally, what I like is lasting solution. I don't want, so the lasting solution to the problem is just everybody go their separate way, disintegration. Yeah. So, because in an ideal world, in a normal society, Like, for example, if we have our Biafra now, Oduduwa have their own, Arewa have their own, then the Biafran government will not go and tell everybody, arm yourself. No, that is chaotic. It will be chaotic. That everybody should bear arms. So, but it's because of what Nigeria constitutes, the nuisance, the human, everything that is wrong in this world is what Nigeria represents. So that is why we are where we are. In an ideal world, if we have our Biafra, we will have standby security forces, different military, police, navy, name it. They will do the right thing because they will be well compensated. It's not like what goes on in the zoo where Chinese man will stand, line them up, they put money for their hand like a dog on the street. It's Nigeria that has become the abominable that has to anybody that has humanity, we even have humanity in them, must put forth and put effort to disintegrate this ill-conceived, this demonic created country they call Nigeria, because that is the root of all the problem. It's consuming everybody now. So that is the little thing I will say for now, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother Christian. You just mentioned that tiny rope, that strong, tiny rope that is between us and these people standing here. They cannot ask for disintegration the way we ask. They will continue to paint towards, they will continue to be politically correct. Like we are asking for total separation, 100% independent. Let everybody go their separate way, peacefully, grow in their own space, at their own speed. We say it on our program without missing word. Those of us that are clamoring for Biafra openly, we say that it is not out of hate we say it. It is not out of wickedness we say it. It is to save life. Let every region govern themselves in their own, protect. And as soon as you break up this country, you find out that that interest that is causing this chaos will die a natural death.
Yeah.
These Fulani people, these northern people, you think that they cannot be able to secure their place. They will begin to secure their land. They will now, this open border will not work anymore because they have limitations to what they will do.
Yeah.
The Oduduwa people will protect themselves. Biafra people will protect their border. The Middle Belt to protect their border. Until you do that, all this painting of words is not going anywhere. And that is the big difference, tiny rope that is between us and this kind of people. And I hope that a time will come when they will begin to speak in the language that the zoo will understand. Because this language they are speaking is just like the language of the zoo. My brother Greg, give us your 1 minute.
Yes, for me, there's one thing he said there that I want to touch concerning the government of America or the government of the world. You know, if you come and tell me that American government doesn't know what is going on in Nigeria, I will tell you it's not true. They know. British know what is going on in Nigeria, but it depends on an interest. If you tell me that Finland doesn't know, yes, Finland might know at least 50% or 60%. They will not know as far as America and British know. German might not know all. France know very well what is going on in Nigeria and Africa. So a government like America know very well. And that is why I hate the government of Biden, especially the foreign minister or former foreign minister of Joe Biden.
Blinken.
And the former Blinken. And what Obama and what Hillary Clinton did in Nigeria and Africa. I will start from Obama. Obama was the first black president in America. Nigeria is the most populous African black country in the whole world. Obama never visited Nigeria. During the Obama administration, that was when this Boko Haram started. The wife of Clinton, very good man, Clinton, I love him, but the wife is extraordinary thing, or extraordinary what I cannot describe. Come stand and tell the whole world that Boko Haram is not terrorist. I continue quoting them. During the time of, what do you call him? Biden, the same Democrat. Come and tell the whole world that what the killings that is happening in the Nigeria is a propaganda. That is what that evil Blinken or whatever you call him tweeted in his tweet. That those things are just propaganda. So, and this man is telling them that they know what is happening in Nigeria, that the government should listen to them. But I am saying that the government of America know 100% of what is happening. It depends on interest. British government know 100%. It depends on interest. The message they are supposed to let America forget any info interest they have in Africa. Whatever they can get from Nigeria, they will still get it from Biafra land. Why can't they stand on their feet and support Biafra to come? Biafra is a Christian nation. Biafra doesn't look for trouble, never kill. Biafra never segregates. The only thing Biafra man does is he come in your community, in your town, in your country, he establish business, or he if it is one that is working, he work and you pay him. He went and rent a house, or you buy house from you, or buy land from you. That is the only thing a Biafra man does. He doesn't go around killing anybody or segregate. No. If you're Muslim, be on your own Muslim. It's not his own business. The one Biafra that is a Christian, look up to his Christian belief. The one that doesn't believe in a religion or Christianity, he stand on what he believes. Simple. They don't go around killing people. So the only better for America and the British to say, no, we will not continue supporting this evil. Let Nigeria disintegrate. Let the Oduduwas go and protect the land and build themselves. Let us have only diplomatic relationship with Biafra, the Oduduwa, the Middle Belt, and the Arwa. And whatever it is, extend to create a Fulani country, that will be fine as well. If you make your law, if it is okay for a Biafra man to come and live in your land, they will come. After all, people are still visiting Saudi Arabia, visiting Kuwait, visiting all those called Arab land, and they are still having friends there. So why can't you disintegrate Nigeria and be on your own land? Biafra will be on their own. That will make their law. If you come, you follow according to our law. If we come to your land, we follow according to the law of your land. But we will have separate country and have a diplomatic relationship. That is the only thing that can solve this problem, and there will be peace in Africa and peace in West Africa. There is no other thing more than this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you.
Especially the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that we've heard an earful about the evil and atrocities going on in Nigeria. But one thing about evil is that it's really perpetrated by a few, because there are all good people everywhere. There's good people in the north, there's good people in the south, but few bad apples that happens to galvanize the masses to commit evil against their own citizens. I'm telling you that evil may live for a while, or may even live for a long time, but evil will never live forever, because every evil has an expiration date. It always does. So I'm telling you that the time of massacre of Christians in the north and south has expired. Right? Expired. Right. Expired. The genocide against the Igbos has also expired. And the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Mandela of our era, the Mandela of Nigeria, his incarceration has now expired. You've heard me describe Nigeria as a dark nation. And the only thing that can...
We're not hearing you.
Okay. Welcome back, Mazi Dibia. Thank you for joining back. Let's see if we can hear you now. Try again. He's gone. I wonder.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah. From Zoo. That's why.
Okay.
I can see Bromax there. Bromax, you're welcome. You're welcome, Bromax. Let's hear you out.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, can you hear me?
As you just came in, so that
can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, bro. Max, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. And good morning to each and every one of you. And happy Easter Monday to our people in homeland and in the diaspora. Those in the comment section, I salute each and every one of you. As we are celebrating, in fact, for me, there is nothing to celebrate as long as my mother's ancestral home is under siege. There is nothing. Our brothers in Delta North, according to Mazo Kocha, that place is under attack as we speak. According to him, it is a no-go area, Enugu Ebonyi, all the places, Imo State. Our people cannot even celebrate their Easter as we speak today because of the marauding Fulani terrorists. And as we speak right now, there is an attack, I think about a day or 2 days ago, alongside Kwara State axis by a new terrorist called Mahmuda. That one has also come out. And my problem is this: why must the Fulanese terrorists be the one that are permitted indirectly to carry assault rifles to intimidate, rape, and kill our people? Why? These elders now that are talking in the United States, Mazi Chicks, you will bear me witness, I've been shouting it all the way from Sister Linda TV show. What are they doing? Someone told me they are doing something. The way the northern elites are supporting their own, where were these men now that are talking the way they are talking today? Do you want to tell me that these men that are here on the screen, each and every one of them cannot raise money for 2 or 3 assault rifles for our people the same way the Fulanis are getting it? Does it mean that they cannot raise money to equip our people and those on the ground, even if they cannot support United States of Biafra? Do they want to tell me that they don't have the resources to provide at least 1 AK, assault rifles for our people to defend themselves and hide them whenever the needs arise, they will pull them out and defend their land? United States Biafran defense cannot be everywhere at the same time. These are some of the things I heard when the Afghanistan Christians were being massacred in Afghanistan. A reverend father or a pastor in the United States contributed money from the church, bought AK-47 and sent to them. He has nothing to do with the people in Afghanistan, simply because he was showing sympathy for those people over there because of what they were going through as well. Talk less of you. You are in your land, your ancestral land, where your ancestors, God placed them thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago. You cannot do anything in order to protect those people there. It is today that you are talking. Whatever they say here today, I am saying as Okene, means nothing to me if there are no tangibles. If there are no tangibles, talk alone. For how long have we been talking? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is there, they are holding him. Other people that committed worst thing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu committed has been released. And they are holding him. An Igbo song of Biafran extraction is held there, and they are tossing us the way they are tossing us. The only thing will come, we have men and women of caliber that can stand and say something. I said it the other time. I said the way Sowore was forced to be released by the Nigerian force because of what the wife did. The wife was pinching and troubling her congressman or woman, I do not know, I think in Texas or something like that. I've forgotten the man's name, or Mendez or something like that. I can't remember now. We have greater number of people of Biafran descent in America. And all they can do is to come out and begin to speak. If them, this talking that they are talking here is meaningless to me. I swear to God. I have nothing to celebrate as long as my people, where I was brought up, the water I drank is under siege. I am not happy, my people. I am not happy. If they can prove to us that they will give us something to fight, I will go home to defend my mother's ancestral land. This is too much. And by the time we begin to play low key, these people will come, will overrun us. God forbid. And that is what I have to tell each and every one of us. This is not a normal time. We are in a very difficult time. And remember that the Arab League, the OIC, Organization of Islamic Congress, is supporting these people. They want to implement Sharia right across the zone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother Max. Thank you for your contribution. And we continue to listen and hear them out, even though we know where they belong.
Overtake darkness is light. Light. So I'm asking the Congress of the United States to be the light and enact the laws that will stop what's going on in Nigeria. Beginning with designating the nation as a country of particular concern. I'm also asking those in diaspora, like myself, to wake up and do something to help your citizens back home. We can always do something individually, but we can do much more collectively. This is a cause that I'm willing to die for. And I will continue to fight until my last breath.
Tell me about the Nigerian government. Have they adequately protected human rights and enforced their laws regarding the protection of lives and property of her Igbo and Christian?
You see, they have all spoken now. So let's now come back to the studio and let's do what we have to do. Just as we have been saying, you know, everything they have said here, they are all good. They are good words, very sweet words. But just as we have said, let everybody add his voice and continue to speak, continue to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, the last guy that spoke, I don't know whom he is. I don't know. I was like, where is he going? You know, in his statement, I don't know, but he just like talking colloquial with no specific. It's just crazy. Why did everybody contribute? I don't know I expected much better, much better.
My brother Christian, that is the problem. You know, when I tell you that these people, you know, when you watch them from
around,
yeah, when you watch them from distance, you think they mean well. But when you pay close attention to what they are doing, you see that they are just projecting themselves, using that platform to present themselves for an appointment, either internationally or locally. That is what they are doing.
Especially that last one, he was just dancing around. And again, like that professor, I haven't forgotten that he is a professor, whatever. You know, these are people that some of them, their hope is that possibly when Peter Obi becomes president, maybe they go back and he gives them an appointment, maybe whatever. You know. So that is what the Chidi of Canada, these are some of the things going on. Because, you know, he contested governorship election in one of the states, either Enugu or wherever. So they don't think about the generality of the people. This is what separates them from the likes of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is so selfless. It's all about the masses, the generality of the public. Give the people a life. Give them a life, not you being appointed minister of this or director of that, and you have security personnel guiding you and your children and stuff like that. It's just so sad. That's not the life. That's not what I want. I've lived in Western world for so long now. You can leave your home any time of the day. You go to where you want to go. No, but even when I was in Rotterdam, the mayor, ride bicycle, go park and we go enter train. I'm telling you the truth. Enter train, public train, no, not be, Yes. So this is what I am very sure that by the time Biafra comes, I'm not saying it's not going to be easy because Rome was not built in a day, but over time, this is what Biafra is going to become, where everybody should be able to have something, you know. It's not like I'm a communist per se, but I believe that
Master Christian, please. I'm not trying to take the words out, off your mouth. You see, what baffles me is one of them there. One of them that spoke the man is behaving as if he is not aware of what is going on.
Yeah.
He is not aware that Biafra has been declared on the 29th. He was talking of equipping vigilante. Which vigilante? Which vigilante group are you going to equip? Apart from the one that is on the existing platform that is already on the ground. Eh? This is where I weep for these people that say they are, intellectuals. This is where I have problem with them. Mazen Nambekanu, when Mazen Nambekanu came to the United States and he was campaigning and shouting and talking to them, what did they do? What did they do? Oh, when a case mayor, is it not what? Now it is obvious to them that the land is about to be taken. Eh? You cannot do anything to protect your land. You are in the United States. United States is not your indigenous. It's not your ancestral land. One day you must come back. What if you come back tomorrow? What they did to some of the Benue State today, the Unkum, the Kasinanala, and the Logo, eh? Their land has been taken over. What happens? God forbid they do the same thing to his land. Where will he come? Where will he stay?
Yeah, Mazi.
I am rattled.
Okay, Brother Mas, yeah. I'm going to be very blunt or specific here. That is that there's angle we need to tackle, or maybe we're coming to that. Because again, like I'll keep saying, it's not overnight thing. These things don't happen overnight, right? But I hope we get there sooner than later. Because the truth of the matter is that as it is now in Biafra land, you know, these imposed illegitimate criminal governors and politicians that were put there by this Fulani hijacked Nigerian system, they are more or less in charge security-wise. And that is why the things that is happening because they are there. They don't protect the people because they don't care about the people. They are working in accordance with the caliphate agenda. So They don't want to fight the Fulani terrorists that are invading the land. They don't want to, seriously. And if you come out to defend yourself, they come against you. So it's important. So it's important that one area, if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he's coming out with a mandate. But they don't want that. So some of them there may not want it. So that is one thing that's shaking them. Another thing is that if these guys are serious, let them up push for the liberation of Biafra. Because when that happens, you know, then we can take charge. As it is now, we are not in charge. The people who are in charge of Biafra land are these criminal Fulani imposed politicians. I don't know if I make sense on that aspect.
You've spoken well, my brother. That is, you just said exactly what I was saying. The insincerity in them is smelly. You can see it very, very clear. They are not sincere. They are not sincere. When we are talking about solution, just like Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, said, he said the only remedy to what is happening in the zoo today, if you want to have security, you want to save life, if you want to have a good economy, it is disintegration.
Yeah.
Let the North go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Let the Southwest, the Oduduwa people go, the Middle Belt, and the Biafrans, everybody go their ways. It is not a selfish request. It is not a request out of wickedness, out of strife, out of jealousy. No. It is to save life, to save humanity. And anybody that cares about human life on this planet Earth should join his voice to support the disintegration of the zoo. All this human right, if you care about human life, it doesn't matter your race, your religion, your location, wherever you are, you must join voice in asking for the disintegration of the Zoological Republic. That is the only remedy. The only remedy. And we have presented it on the table. We upheld it and we have moved forward to push it, and it is now in place. We are seeking for the recognition of that. Today we have it. But look at people who are supposed to be on the same platform. They are asking for people to unite, and yet they don't want to unite with the government of Biafra. You see the mischievous move? They are there calling for, the Igbos to unite. But there is a body already on the ground trying to defend the people, trying to build a government. Why don't you unite with? What is taking you away from it?
They are not even acknowledging USB. None of them has acknowledged.
Exactly.
None of them has mentioned USB because it's a declaration. Even though it's not consolidated, but it's been declared and it's making effort. So the fact that none of them can, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy. None of them is mentioning this is something that was done before the whole world. We have the even important men from the United States attended it and they spoke on that very event. Important personalities attended and they spoke on that event. But yet, look at them, even as they speak, they don't even recognize it, they don't even talk about it. And they are still, they open their mouth and still ask people to unite. Unite with how? You see, the seat is so smelly. That is why we don't trust this group of individuals. These people, I am telling you that they can hold a meeting with them, this group of people you are seeing. Both the veterans in the United States and the Ejiofor group. He held a meeting with them. Nothing came out of it. Mazi Simon Ekpa held a meeting with the same group of people. Every one of them. In one of the meetings, I was there. Nobody said that when Mazi Simon was going to that meeting, he took the media along with him. Every one of us in the media, we were with him on that meeting with this group of people. And that's what they say. They are telling Mazi Simon to calm down, allow Peter Obi, let's see if Peter Obi can be able to let support your brother Peter Obi. These are people that are very, very mischievous in their attitude. That is why Simon Ekpa left them and continue what he's doing. And they have come back. They now see that Mazi Simon Ekpa is kind of silent. They now resurface again.
Yeah.
Their sweet message that looks nice, that is not nice.
As you are saying it now, I'm beginning to get the feeling that these people are okay. I'm gonna make exemption. So obviously, it's like they are waiting for Peter Obi again from their body language. Though the exemption is that one of them. I don't know if he's the one who is a reverend or pastor. He said he made mention of the fact that when a nation, what's the word he used? Collapse? Is it collapse? So no, he said that.
The reference said that he talked about a nation that is already collapsing.
He said that a country that there's a way. He said
a country that's about to collapse, or that the country that have been collapsed, that has collapsed already.
He said that again, the actual word I've forgotten, but anyway, he said so. He's the only one so far among the about 4 or 5 of them. He's the only one that mentioned disintegration. Let everybody attend, O Israel. So I gave him an exception for that. But as a matter of fact, I think their body language is not good. It's obvious, but we must keep on going because we can't be stopped.
Yes, the area I wanted to touch is they refused. They didn't want to recognize the government of Biafra because they are the people that have worked against Simon Ekpa to achieve that Biafra government, and they knew what Simon was fighting for. So Simon have fought all these years and put a government, a structure, a concrete structure that any reasonable person that is want to fight for freedom will do what? Will align himself with. But because they are not real, because they want a kind of Nigeria will give them what they want, not what will save the common man, they don't want to recognize Biafra. What makes them, you are looking for disintegration as a priest. You said the only thing that can save Nigeria is disintegration. And you see your own people that have declared already self, and they are now fighting to be recognized all over the world. What makes you not to say, let the world recognize my people that have been declared freedom? Let the world recognize them. Let other people go because we are gone, and we want you, the American government, and you, the white man that is doing the interview, to go to his people and tell them, let them recognize Biafra. No, they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to recognize themselves, Biafra government. They want to, until when, what do you call him? A Trump will come to Nigeria and say, today, this place is Biafra. don't come here again. Fulani, don't come here again. And then it is only this trouble will come and do it for them. Otherwise, they were moving with P2B to go and get them one Nigeria where they will be get appointments. So all those things they do for me. I have said it. Let them continue preaching. It's interesting that they are preaching. It doesn't matter how and where they do it. Let them go to CNN and preach the cleanse of our people. It's not a problem. We will continue doing what we are doing. We know where we are going. And the time will come, they will be forced to recognize that Biafra government. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we round off the program, let's take this intro, then hear from Mazen Nandekano, and then we go on our closing remarks.
On this day, we gather round to honor the heroes, lest they be forgot by Biafra soldiers.
To all Biafrans worldwide, from the Doma to the Dede, the Gala to the Ogoni, the Ijo to Wanang, Orong to the Ekit, the Kwere to the Igbo, and all Biafrans, mark your calendar. A historic moment is upon us. On Friday, May 30th, 2025, the United States of Biafra government proudly invites you, all citizens and allies of Biafra, to a 3-in-1 event to mark the Memorial Day of our heroes and heroines at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit and the inauguration of our DC administrative office, a beacon of hope, strength, and unity for all Biafrans.
Government, not the citizen, build up, we stand up one, united, in our land, guided, government making us proud every day, blessed by the people.
Thank you so much, my fellow Biafrans. And this very advert, I believe these people who are speaking and talking today, they have seen this advert. They have heard about our office in DC. 30th is also an opportunity for them to come out and speak to Biafran people. That 30th day, any one of them that is serious should be there in Washington, DC to make a point in that office. That office is for all Biafra. It is not for one particular person. It was not open because of one particular individual. So these people that are speaking, they must have seen this our advert, and they're going to see if they have seen it. They have the right to come in Washington, D.C. that day and make a point. Announcement have been made time and time again by Mazen Simon, even under DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. If you know any role you can play in this government, come and take it and do it. Anybody, if you know any role you can play, come and take it and do it. It's not enough to say, okay, look at every one of them calling for unity. Come and let us, come and unite them. 30th is a day. Let them come and join fellow Biafrans in Washington, D.C. on 30th. Everyone, if you know them individually, tag them with that very message. Let them come to Washington, D.C. Let them come and give that advice they are giving. Let them come there and join. And let us get away from this very zoological republic as we are already out. The recognition we are pursuing, everything they have spoken well, they have gone an interview and they have made it. Come. Let us see how serious you are. It is not a love to talk. Putting your word to action is where we are today. A lot of message have been preached by Mazen Nandekano, which every one of us is using today. But we have to go extra mile. Put our word to action. That is the area we are today. And we must make sure we do what we have to do. So, after saying that, let us now go on our closing remarks. After our closing remark, before I will play that, if I begin to play Mazen Nandekano message, I think we're not going to go back here.
Mazen,
yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to ask a question, but if you feel it's not necessary, that would be fine with me. We can just forget about it because maybe it would be like a setback, like drawing us back or opening up irrelevant something, whatever. I just like Bruce Finn. Is there a particular? Do you know of any particular incident that leads to friction between him and Biafra agitation or restoration? Is there anything specific? I mean, like I say, if you don't want to go into it, that is fine with me, but I don't know. So
yeah, Biafran issue is very big
deep.
And wide. It's not something we will discuss in the program now, because if we start, it's a very long story. It's a very big one. It's not something we will discuss now. There are many things that happened, even because if you want to trace what transpired, trace it from IPOB to the detention of Mazen Nandekano to Nelly to the Umuada section. And to Mazen Simon. It's a very long
confusion all over the place.
So if you want to know it, it's just a very long story. Very, even as at now, Mazen Nandekan, even what transpired between Ejiofor, when Ejiofor stopped the Prophet from entering into the court, and when Prophet traveled to Nigeria, could not be able to see Mazen Nandekan. And the problem between Mazen Nandekano's family and his personal lawyer and Prophet is a very big, is a very
complex and complicated. And given the fact that he is not an indigenous person, he's in the Africa, so they can be manipulated. It's understandable.
That is why we don't put our force on him, because he's just a stranger into the whole thing.
Yeah,
he needs to be manipulated. Just like this one, this lobbyists they are manipulating now. So they don't think the way we think.
Yeah,
our people, their own. Mazen Nandekano say Igbo saboteur is the worst saboteur.
Out of this world.
The worst saboteur you can deal with is Igbo saboteur.
100%.
If you survive them, there is no saboteur you cannot survive in this planet. So before we round up, I think there's somebody new here. I think Prince. Prince, please unmute yourself and speak to us. Let's hear you, Prince. It just escaped me. Let's hear you, Prince.
Yeah, good afternoon from here, Mazi Choose Global.
Yeah, welcome.
Afternoon, everybody on the program. I thank you, everyone, all Biafrans. I thank you, guys. Please, before I dive in, I would like to, because I just came up and I saw these people making that interview, presenting that interview, but I don't know who they are, or are they a group, or who are they, please?
They call themselves a group of veterans, Biafran veterans, Igbo veterans in the United States. That is how they address themselves, Igbo veterans. So they are calling for release of Mazen Nandekano. And most of them, we have seen them before. We have seen that group before with Mazen Nandekano, with Mazen Simon, but they have attended meetings and programs together. So, but they suddenly disappeared, and today they resurface and they are calling for release of Mazen Nandekano. So that's who they are.
Okay. I second what other speakers have been saying, because, we Biafrans, we cannot be deceived twice, we are very sensitive when it comes to matters that involves us, These people, they think that they are sensible. Somebody that has the opportunity to be in such an interview, if that person is genuine, there is nothing stopping them for selling the United States of Biafra to the outside world. Yeah. Because I believe that this kind of interview will be watched by many dignitaries and most people that are what to say or what to do, but they refuse doing that. That shows you, that's why I said I seconded everybody that has been talking here. Your points are true. These people, they want to present themselves now and sell themselves to the zoo and the politicians, especially.
That is exactly what it is, my brother. You see, the zoo media is already using them for program.
Yeah, because 2027 is just 2027 is just in the corner, and you see what the so-called P2B wrote the other time when he was alarming for the Northerners, calling on the word on the part of the Northerners. But he has never made any speech since the killings in Biafran land. He has never made any comment on that, never made any speech. Rather, he keeps dining and whining with our enemies, These are people that have come up again to sell themselves, and how the zoo operates and how these politicians operate. They will reimburse them money now to form an alliance against the USB in a way of promoting the campaign of one bastard politician again. If not P2B, it could be someone else, because we don't know who is going to pump up tomorrow and say he's contesting for presidency under the Igbo tribe, and they are trying to sell themselves so that they will be known by these politicians, and in that way, these are stomach infrastructure people. They don't believe in what we're doing, because if they believe in what we are doing, just like the announcement you just played now, they should have showed Biafra to the world, and also notify the world that we are opening our first embassy in Washington, D.C. It is not a hard talk to pull. For them trying beating about around the bushes, making all sort of comments. You heard the guy from the white guy that they gave even Wobara. That is bastardizing our culture in the first place before us. You had the guy was saying that even if the United States government did not know what is happening, that they themselves know. If he knew, it means that the United States government knew 100% what is happening, transpiring in that country called Nigeria. The UK knows already because they are the real orchestrators. They are the real masterminders. The French people knows. Even Finland knew. Any country that has a consulate or an embassy in that zoo, they knew very well what is happening in that zoo. Well, my point goes directly to what the words of our supreme leader, when he said that the issue of Biafra is just a global conspiracy, They don't want Biafra to exist because they know, like he said, they told him outrightly in the World Congress, or when he said people were leaving, when he was given the podium to speak about Biafra, to present Biafra, people were leaving, and a man called him and told him that we had to do something on our own, and to make the world notice that there is a grand problem in that country. He also mentioned that they said that they don't want to see any other Japan again. Talk less of coming out from Africa, So that is just the thing. The thing is that anybody going for an interview, if the person truly loves us, truly loves what we're doing, truly loves our freedom, I think that person will be very bold. They are veterans. Nobody's going to kill them over there in the US. They are over there. They are not in the zoo. Nothing stops them from selling Biafra. And nothing stops them from mentioning that we are opening our embassy come May 30th. At least in that way, they are going to bring more ears and eyes to the event, where we will now be able to sell to the world about our nation and about what has been transpiring between us and the zoo, in case if they don't know. So that is my point. They know what they are doing. They are not with us, because if they are with us, it will not escape their lips, no matter what. Because before they came for that interview, they went through whatever they want to say. They've gone through it very well. And you can see that the United States of Biafra is not anywhere to be found in their script or whatever they delivered. So that is it. We're not going to trust them because, we have a lot of people that claims to be veteran and so on and so forth, but they don't love us. It just shows that it's a pity that a man of that age, most of them has children, but you can see that they don't even, they are not standing firm on who they are, telling you that they've not accepted themselves as Biafrans. They want to reunite themselves the way they believe that the zoo will work, and it will never work. Thank God that Biafra has been redeclared. We're going to push and pull that mountain down. That is what I believe. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. You have spoken well. Thank you so much, and Biafrans, I appreciate you. We will continue to fight on until it is done. Let us get this few message from Mazen Bekano, and then we'll round it up.
Mazichu, sorry. I will see you tomorrow, okay? By the grace of God.
You're leaving?
Yes.
Okay. Give us your closing remark then. Say goodbye to us.
Okay. Yes. Every Biafran, keep on pushing. We are getting there, greatly getting there. Don't give up. Mazichus, I want to thank you for your resilience. Let us continue in this spirit and pray for Mazen Namdekano, Simon Ekpa, and DrNgoziOrabueze. Keep on doubling the effort on this coming May rendezvous, embassy opening. Invite, reach out. people at the corridor of power, those who, you know, the movers and shakers, reach out to the, well, I don't know, like the woman whom they said, I don't have independent confirmation on that he was representing now. People like that, if there's any way people like this can be reached out to, you never know. What is worse is not to try. You know, at least if you try, then you feel like you are exonerated because you've tried your best. So that is just my short advice to NgoziOrabueze and everybody in the cabinet. So let's just, fingers crossed, we'll be there. God knows. Thank you so much, my brother. I'll see you tomorrow by grace of God. Bye, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's hear this short message from Mazi Nandekan, and we round it up.
That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu, so-called Nzogwu, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine.
You have heard our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. His word is as fresh and as strong as ever. Today, being Monday, Biafrans are sitting at home, demanding his unconditional release, and also the unconditional release of every Biafran political prisoner. It's a special day, and Biafrans are holding on to it. We've been doing it now 4 years and stay counting. And we will continue to hold on to the sit at home until Biafra regains its freedom. I appreciate everyone that has been part of this program. And now, as we are rounding up the program, my beloved brother Greg, give us your closing remark in 1 minute.
Thank you, Mazitus, and thank you, Biafrans, who have been listening, both the ones on the comments section. I thank you for today's again program. Yes, my last message today is to call on those people, likewise, those who are sitting on the bench. This time around, Biafra doesn't have any person to sit on the bench. Everybody is an attacker. Everybody have to be an attacker. Whether you attack by pretending, whether you attack by being real, whether you attack by trying to be famous, what we want here now is to attacker, because we want to attack and score God. So those people who call themselves the Igbo Congress and the veteran or whatever, you have not started. You have to get up and do the needful. It is time for you to go to White House and tell them to recognize Biafra, not disintegrate Nigeria. It is not the A that will disintegrate Nigeria. It is somebody who will fight to make sure that Nigeria is disintegrate. That is one thing they must know. So if you are a veteran from Igbo extract in America, you have a very big job. And if you are sitting on the side, criticizing because you're not on the head, attacking Simon Ekpa Nnamdi Kanu, and when they're in the prison, you will be coming out to pretend as if you are not happy. We want you to step up and move more forward. We want Biafra to come out from your mouth. Let the United States of Biafra come out from your mouth, recognize this government so that the international community will recognize it. If you do not recognize your home, if you do not recognize your children, if you do not recognize your wife, your children, your husband, if you do not recognize your brothers and sisters, if you do not recognize your land, no foreigner will come and do it for you until you recognize yourself and call your name where you belong to. Just like the commander general said, thank God the Biafra have given a name. Biafra have already a name, the United States of Biafra. Stamp on their feet and claim the name that God has given unto you. If you are sleeping, that name will not ascend. The land where we are living today, some people fought for it. Now it is our turn to fight for Biafra land, and nobody should see himself as the one who is doing more than the other. Get up on your feet. This is not time to look for position. This is the time to support anyhow you can, morally, financially, spiritually, and otherwise, to stand and defend our land. Otherwise, we are gone and gone forever. Because if Tinubu is real, Tinubu would have started from his election in Lagos to say, I want justice. All those people that kill people in Lagos, I wanted to bring them to justice. If Tinubu is real, he knows where to start. But because he's a Muslim, Shetima is a Muslim, and the government is the one sponsoring these terrorists. They are using delayed tactics to achieve their aim. So we will not allow them. Whether you veteran accept, whether you veteran recognize, whether you veteran did not recognize, Biafra have come to stay. We only calling you because also on the one also and then whatever. Stand on your feet and claim what belongs to you. If you not claim it, even if you get it, you will be a foreigner. As an American will be a foreigner, and the Japan will be a foreigner in your own land. That is my message to you people. Biafrans, happy Easter again, and we pray for our leaders, Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, and the person on the seat in the present time for God's strength. Thank you, my sisters, and God bless Biafrans.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. My brother Maxwell, give us your closing remark in 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chooks, and glory be to God that I was able to join you despite the connection problem that I'm having here in Ghana today. I don't know the reason. I would like to, thank God for our people that are showing civil disobedience against the intimidations and the ordeals that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going through. Simon Ekpa, I congratulate each and every one of you. It is not easy, we know, but we must do what we have to do in order to get our land, our ancestral land, off from this, hegemony called Nigeria. I congratulate each and every one of you, and may God, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, continue to bless you and support you and give you strength and wisdom, the financial status to support for this cause. And the last thing I will say here now is this, Mazi Chooks, there is one of our friend, my best friend from Eastern land. He was in Finland with Simon Ekpa. He knows Simon Ekpa very well and his family before he now moved to the United States of America. He is in Philadelphia, very close. According to him, New York is not far from them, from Phila. I have been talking to him, we've been discussing, we've been going to platforms to speak on behalf of Biafra and the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I asked him, he said he cannot come out to speak in America because he has no documents. Now, by the grace of God, he has gotten his citizenship. He told me today before I came in here that he is not willing to contribute anyhow he can. I will beg of you to give him your contact and give you also his contact so that he will contact. He say he wants to speak, to the deputy prime minister, because there are so many things that he wants to tell the Biafran people and the head of the United States of Biafra. He said even them, the Esan people, they call them Esan Igbo. He said the same marginalization the Igbo, speaking part of Biafra are facing is the same thing they are facing in Edo State, the Esan people. So he wants to come out now to speak and give little advice, from himself, whatever that he can give, so that it will help also to, push this, our progress in fighting for Biafra. Imandi Igbo si na ọwụ nna nna befue achọ ya n'elu chọ ya n'ala mana ọwụrụkwana na nna nna be nwere ụkwụ ọ ga-eji wee rie enu. So that is where I am going to end it. Those in the comment section, my name is and my name is in the comment section. Thank you so much. And may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bless you for your time, to come out here to listen to us. May God bless each and every one of you. And as you marry, remember that there are our people today that cannot even stay on their ancestral land to celebrate this Easter. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much, my brother Max. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support all the time. You're always there with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. And may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. Let's get a closing remark from our brother Prince. Prince, go ahead and give us your closing remark as we round up. Are you there, Prince? Unmute yourself, Prince. Okay, if Prince is not there, let's go to my brother. Okay, Prince, go ahead.
Thank you.
We can't hear you. We cannot hear you, Prince. You are not coming out. We can't hear you, Prince. We can't hear you. Check your network again. Maybe check your position, or you can go out and come back again for your closing remark. We can't hear you.
Anyone that has an opportunity to be interviewed, USB.
Yeah.
In that way, even if those people that are interviewing you did not know anything about Biafra, maybe you give an opportunity to our DPM or to anybody that is in the government to be interviewed. Way so do in Biafra will be sold. In a home, there in the homeland, doing your part. Sit at home is also something very, 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 very important. Thank you for doing that always, without being told to do it. You've been doing it, and it's part of the referendum. It's part of the fight for the recognition of the United States of Biafra and for the freedom of Mazindan Nekano, and also those that are being held as prisoners of conscience, the Biafrans, and also to our Prime Minister, Mazin Simon Ekpa. I also thank our DPM for staying strong, and everybody in the cabinet, all the secretaries and the governors back there in the homeland. Then I thank our soldiers for being formidable and standing strong with the government. I know that very soon we'll begin to hear news. And I also urge every Biafrans not to be afraid. Defend yourselves. Know how to defend yourselves. It is very, very important. It is better to die while fighting than just to be sleeping and the head will go off. So please, I urge everyone to be strong and firm. Believe in this government. The government are moving like wildfire, and we are heading down to Ebube. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, my brother Prince. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for that amazing contribution. My brother Konye, thank you. I think you were here and you left again, and so take your 2 minutes and give us your closing remark as we round up. My brother Konye, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Uncle Chooks, for your good and wonderful work that you are doing for the Biafrans entirely. I'll speak to two things. One, what our able leader MNK said in this video is nothing but the truth, and it is also a reminder to that buffoon we treated his issue last week, and also a reminder to everyone that is still believing that he will make the so-called Nigeria great. He opened my eye. He opened our eye then. He's still opening our eye now to know the brain behind the weaponization of poverty in Nigeria, the marginalization of the Igbos, the organized crime scene called Nigeria. So the earlier they stop trying to make themselves a hero that we run down in history as the people that made Nigeria great. Because what is driving the likes of P2B, the likes of others, is trying to pitch their name in history that I did it. But my own point also to them is that for the fact when the so-called Nigeria was still a virgin, was still tender, the likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe and many of them that helped in sabotaging the effort of Ojukwu could not achieve that imagined dream of them today. I'm telling them that it will never be possible. The earlier they know, the more disaster they will curb. That is to them. If they have gone too far, feeling ashamed, what will people say if I make you turn today? I advise them there are two different ways to do it. One, if you can't come out publicly, one is coming out publicly to say, for the fact this thing I'm pushing with you guys, it seems that you guys don't want me. I am going back to my people. We will accept you guys. We know your worth, what you people want. We will defend you guys and protect you. You will lose some, maybe those that have investment in other parts of Nigeria. As far as you acquire that investment in a legit way, it might suffer some destruction, but I assure you definitely you won't lose all of them. But you will stand to gain more in and with your people. Or you play the smart, you stop pushing for how to make your Nigeria great, and as well stop demoralizing your people. You might set an umpire that will be supporting your people in a clean way. Or if you are scared that they might indict you, stop going against your own. Be mute, just as you are mute today about what is happening to us. Just be mute about what is happening in Nigeria. Be mute about what is happening to us. If you can sustain it for like a year or two, they will be worried, asking, where did you believe again? You will say you believe in justice. That's my little advice to them. The philosophy they are carrying in their mind, that in them they will twist and change the organized crime scene called Nigeria, is just building a castle in the air or hoping to be in heaven while you are alive. Secondly, to those that have come out publicly and declare that they are fighting for Biafra, being online antagonizing your brother, being online making loudest noise that holds no water will not get us Biafra. What that will get us Biafra is a vigorous sensitization, which is not left for one man. Among all the people that is speaking for this Biafra that we all believe it in, that have gone in their platform, it is only Chuk Survivor that stands out. It is even only Chuk Survivor that is upholding this structure that you guys are head-bent in defending. It is only in Chuk Survivor platform that he feeds us every day with different extracts of the voices of these our so-called leaders that in our different factions we love so much. So my little advice to you, if you know and understand to yourself that this message you conclude that our leaders have done justice to, that what you are in now is time to raise money and fight, is seeming that it has not gotten to other people, While you are raising your money, you keep on sensitizing people, projecting cost to them in a legit and a mannerful way, just as Uncle Chooks is doing. But I've not seen them doing it. When all these our leaders are available with us, most of you guys don't do research, but your work was not like as it is today. You bring about the happening in Nigeria, but since they lay hold on this your leaders, things happening in Nigeria is no longer seen in your platform. The only thing that is seen in your platform is to monitor your enemy, your perceived enemy. Monitor their mistake, monitor what they say, flip it over to give it another meaning, which has nothing to even contribute to the struggle, and as well talk on how to generate money. Since you've been generating money, has the money developed leg to do anything? Why can't you ask yourself question? Greater number of our people are still, let me just say, a majority of those that are well to do are still not believing in what you are doing. Why can't you change your strategy? Know how to reform the messages and make it scale through. These are the tactics that the whites use on us. They come in multiple fronts. They projected their Christianity to us. They projected the Western education, which is not the one they are practicing in their place. They use those areas. They even made it in 3 ways. In form of Christianity, those that believe in Jesus. In form of Islam, those that believe in Muhammad. In form of Judaism, those that believe in which God they believe. They come in those 3 formations and they put enmity in us. Now, those that read through their education sees those that did not have the opportunity to go through university or acquire the education they acquired as inferior. Those that believe in Christianity sees those that believe in Muslim and maybe Judaism as people that don't know the true God. Even those that believe in our traditional way that the British, the white made us as evil. So all those distractions, we carried it into the struggle. If you are now in this camp, the same people, the same cause, you will now see your brother as evil because he did not believe on your own camp, your own understanding of things. So my little advice today is that hearing Nnamdi have defined what we are looking for. Whoever faction you are, shield your sword. Go into more of sensitization. All these so-called leaders that you people are holding firm, that they are the one that knows it best, told their lie. Simon did not preach about somebody. He measured on exposition of Nigeria. His reasons why he's joining Biafra. His reasons why he wants a separate nation for his people. He never majored on exposing anybody. Nnamdi did the same thing. Even when they try to expose anybody, they always come up with their fact and figure that will be glaring on anybody's face. But you guys are only on speculation. What you thought, the meaning you read through how somebody speak and how somebody walk. You read your meaning to it, you bring it before us and telling us that for this person to walk like this, for this person to laugh like this, what you understood from the laughter and the walk is that is the person that sold your leader, or that is the person that is causing our problem. So my little advice this afternoon Let us read more meaning differently to what we are, the course we are charting, and know and devise the best way to do this struggle that will cut the time we are making the struggle, we are stretching the struggle to, that will bring it closer to us and help us to get what we are looking for, so that we won't spend all our strength in agitating for our land, so that our land will come when we still have much strength in us to rebuild it. That's the little thing I will say to our people this afternoon. Thank you, Uncle Chooks. The strength is only God that gives. The wisdom only comes from God. He will keep giving you the wisdom on your choice of topic and your manner of analyzing it. And these messages we are preaching, as it will be going out, I pray in the name of Chukwukikabiam, any soul that come across it, may it serve as a transformative message that will transform such person into being a good person, that will make such person to know and have a new meaning about who we are and what we are calling for. Thank you so much. You mute yourself, oh.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. Thank you so much. And every Biafran that have been part of this program from beginning to the end. You can see the video I'm playing. That video you see playing there is the Deputy Prime Minister, where she was going to sign the declaration form. She went there and she signed. You can see the Finnish security that was following her, guiding her throughout. So she went there and she signed. You can see also Honorable Uche there and other Biafrans signing that very declaration form. It was very important that we play it, and many of you must have seen it going around because of some irrelevant people that are trying to make themselves relevant. You know, when people want to play lie, they can tell their lie to a different extent, up to the extent of bringing out a paper and claim that there are signatures in the paper, and they paste it on their video and they say that our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, did not sign the declaration paper, that she didn't sign it. This is how far some people can go. And I still see, it is so sad that Biafrans are still paying attention to such kind of individuals. I don't know why Biafrans are still paying attention to such kind of individuals. You still go to their platform, you see Biafrans sitting down, and I don't know what they are listening to. Somebody could go to that extent, brought an imaginary paper, and they sign and put it in their video, and people are watching. This is Deputy Prime Minister. You can see her walking. Look at the Finnish security follow her. You see her. This one is not maybe doctor. This is video. You see her there signing. See the security standing beside her. She signed after signing. Uncle different sign, and people are still have the gut to give. It's sad. My brother, go ahead. Just give it 1 minute. Let me round up. I just brought it in.
I don't even have much to say, but you know, situations and things like this doesn't bother me. That is why, if you check my line of thought, I won't conclude whatever I'm saying without towing on the line of more advocacy, more explanation about this struggle. So many people today come to believe in this, even towards the tail end of our PM before he was called. Many people do not track this struggle from when Nnamdi was preaching heavily. So they don't know. And the work is upon us all, that whenever you are explaining to your convert, the person that maybe, because many people join the struggle as a result of they saw you just as you are preaching, they now fell in love with what you are saying. Now it is upon you to be consistent. It is only those that know this struggle from beginning, when it gained this momentum, that stretch up until this moment, to know the truth. Those that just come in the middle of the day, or those that never believed in Nnamdi, but the disaster that is happening in Nigeria today made them to say it's like this Biafra of 18 is the solution. No. So when they now come and meet you, if you are not consistent, they will be following you like that. Look at Nwanyi Socha. I saw her at the inception of that video. Look at what she preached, that the signing of the declaration, collecting of declaration signature was given to her to control. So did the COS now host another declaration?
What you saw there, that video you saw, does it look like she's in control of it?
So anybody that since when he deviated the palm, I cut her off, and that is how many other people that knows the in-depth happenings in this struggle did. If everybody abandoned her channel, of which they have come to complain, Sia have complained that he lost follower, but that does not mean anything to him. They are now getting new followers from maybe people that like gossiping story or the enemy of the struggle. They have come, they are commenting. What is the parameter they use in checking who that is for the struggle? Because they like popularity. The people that are calling Adana are the people that she called Umocho when she was with the government. But they are the beloved one now. So that is the confusion in this struggle. And that confusion is embedded with our way of thinking. Up to today, there are so many people that still believe that Biafra must be actualized by Nnamdi. That any other person other than Nnamdi is a sabo. Likewise, people also that believe that Biafra must be actualized by Simon. That any other person outside Simon is a sabo, even up to Nnamdi. That Nnamdi doesn't know how to do it. Forgetting that the struggle is a work in collection of effort. That it is transient. If you do your part, you go away, another person will continue. And that has been the system that is operational in Africa and Nigeria. This Tinubu you see today that is destroying their so believed Nigeria with a reform that his followers are projecting that is the best. If we did not get our land before 2027, and it happens that the election is conducted in Nigeria and another president failed, you see that Calabar super highway, all this rubbish reform that he has put up, that is decimating everybody, the person will abandon it and tell you that it is corrupt and start initiating his own. The people that fought Goodluck Jonathan, how coward he is because of fuel subsidy, everything. They are the one today massaging the removal of subsidy from Tinubu. It has been something that over time have conditioned our mind. It's not by being a graduate, it's not by being a professor that will change it. But our people seems when we speak of Biafra, we tend to overlook that, not knowing that over time this thing has embedded in us. It takes a grace of God for you to think outside the box. Anybody that can speak about this Biafra is standing in the truth. You must leave your shell, your original making, because everybody passed through Nigeria. Many people, as they ran away from Nigeria, getting to the Western world, they discovered that majority of the things that they walk to afar, walk to pastor, walk to Babalawo to help them inquire is irrelevant there. They now started seeing life differently. That for your child to go to school does not even stands on the corridor of how much you make. That the system has provision to train your child. That the only thing you have is to train your child, beg your child to read his or her book, do well, that the chances of scholarship is all over the place. They now believe that to make money is not by butting, is not by alliance with maybe one politician or anybody in government, that it hovers on hard work. So that is what we have to know. So these people, I've been saying it, that's why I don't care about them. If we are that, like, make it talk from here to next tomorrow, it won't concern me. On your program, I say that as I've tried to follow Ngozi with all my own finding, that I will follow her till the end of time. They caught it. I saw it on their program, that they should come and look the quality of people that are following Ngozi, see how deranged they are. I was waiting for the quality of people. Here comes my voice. I laughed. That I am deranged, I don't know anything. I said, okay, no problem. Since I'm deranged, all is well. You that is sound, continue. 4 months now down the line, what have the ones that are sound done? All we hear is mini, our terrorists. And so many of it, those are the people that are sound, though. Oh, you are doing your work for countering it with evidence. But I like Dr. Ngozi. Dr. Ngozi does not even care. As far as she's standing on the right thing, it doesn't care. So what you are doing is what I'm advising all the believers in you of USB to do the same thing. When the time reach, people will come. And that this thing we are facing today is even what the war we will face in Biafra. That is why each of our leaders always wanted to come now. Because the more we are stretching, delaying the struggle, the more we are reproducing buffoons that we will contend with when Biafra come. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Biafrans, that have been here with me from the beginning of the program to this time. I appreciate you. May Chukwu Okike my guide and protect every one of you. May Chukwu Okike my guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike my guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. May Chukwu Okike my guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever you are, continue to stand on the truth and preach this gospel of Biafra. We shall overcome. No matter what the enemies do, we shall overcome. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you so much and stay blessed. See you again tomorrow, same time, by the grace of Chukwu Okike. Stay blessed.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.